gems. Oh, I'm just so happy to be here today. Okay. I want you all to hit my like button. I want you all to listen to me with an open mind. I need you to listen to me with an open mind. I'm going to share some things that you might have forgotten. Now, I'm going to have a co host and she's going to get up here. But I'm going to welcome Bro Chat into our chat, y'all. We got Bro Chat Mitch, who has organized Bro Chat. I've known Mitch for many years. We got Dion Says Whatever. She's a content creator. Y'all go check her out. We got Sean. We got Tiffany Burton. We got my mod, Tanya. We got S. Bryant. And we got Simply Susie. And there's going to be more to come because we're going to talk about this lawsuit with the content creator and the reality personality. We're going to talk about this because there's some things I think y'all done forgot. Now, I'm going to drop this for Shauna, but before we get to the nitty and the gritty, y'all need to hit my like button and drop Bro Chat's link in this chat so people could go over there. He has like a debate page, y'all. Y'all will love it. And he got 4 of the biggest personalities that is on his page giving their opinions. So you know that YouTube is all about giving opinions. Now, I'm going to talk about Melody Cherie because last night she said my name. Now, I told y'all I was going to keep her name out my mouth, but she brought my name up on her live, okay? So let's not forget. I done dropped the link for Shauna to come on up. But another thing I want to tell y'all, this is how this whole thing was introduced. Hit my like button. Emergency meeting, calling all content creators, calling all supporters, prayer warriors. Meet me right here at 105 because I'm going live about this. I want you to know that's how the dog whistle was out. Like I said, whoa, somebody done said I got to be there. So, baby, I was waiting till 7:05 because I'm telling you 105 here because I'm up here at 105 today. And she said at 7:05 now, do I need to pull the receipts? Because I'm going to be pulling some receipts. I'm going to be letting y'all hear some stuff. Now, baby, here's the receipt. Emergency meeting, calling all content creators, calling all supporters, prayer warriors. Meet me right here at 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time because I'm going live about this. This is how we all was alerted. The people that was sleeping became awake. I want y'all to understand something. I want y'all to hear this loud and clear, what I'm about to say. And every time you remember what I'm saying, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you recall these occurrences being done, put a 1 in the chat because I'm going to break it on down. But before I do that, we're going to talk about Diddy case for a moment. Diddy, Cassie was called to testify. And baby, there was another testimony given today by saying that Cassie did some things consensual. What is this case going into? Tonight, I'm going to, no, I don't see you backstage. Nope, I can't see you. Hold on. Let me do it again. All right, try it again. So, go up on this one. So, tonight, I'm going to give y'all a whole blowout. What's going on now? Let me tell you something. One of Diddy's baby mamas, Misa, came to court on a walker. Now, this was the Misa who knows everything. But strangely, she hasn't been called to testify because if she did, she wouldn't be able to go she wouldn't be able to go into the courtroom to hear the other people's testimony. So why Misa? Remember, Misa's son got in an accident and Diddy would not bail him out of jail. So there's some strange things. We're going to break it on down. Now, Misa said, I'm going to tell everything you did, Diddy. I'm going to tell everything. But Misa was not called to testify, not for the prosecution or the defense. But we're going to talk about that more tonight. But now we're going to get down to why y'all came here. Where'd she go? Where'd you go? I feel some of Cassie's stuff was consensual and some wasn't. And Diddy took it too far. You are right. Hey, Gail France. Hey, Gail. Let me drop this one more time because I want to know why he's having a hard time. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me drop it again. Okay. Here you go. You here?
There I go.
Okay. Compton is here. Now Compton is here. Now, I told y'all how the dog whistle was put out last night, and I'm calling it a dog whistle because I want y'all to know that. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember the things that I'm saying now. A 1. Did y'all hear Melody say that people were free? I want to know. Were you on that live when she told subscribers, followers, supporters, prayer warriors, content creators that they were free? And the next video was, I'm on my block game. Anybody come to me with any mess, I'm blocking them. Now, I want y'all to hear this very interesting receipt. And it's about 8 minutes, but we're going to listen to it, and we're going to get some commentary in between it because that's how legally I can play it on YouTube, okay? I got to play it that way legally on YouTube. I have to give commentary in between it, and I want y'all to hear these receipts. And Shauna, I want you to go in between and give your commentary on what you think this means. So here we go, y'all. Ready? Y'all ready to listen? Here it go.
Much I can't tell you no attacks on me because I don't know them. I don't see them. The angels got it. I don't know what they are. I don't. Uh, uh, I think a lot of people. One thing I did, or I made the statement: hey, if you don't want to be blocked, hey, do me a favor. Don't come to my DM with nothing about what nobody got to say because you're going to get blocked just for doing that. Don't bring me no mess. And thankfully, I have people who love me enough, who believe in me enough, who stop doing it. They don't send me nothing. So I don't get stuff in my DM.
All right, Shauna, what you feel about that?
But her saying, so she decides, and nothing wrong with you deciding what you want to see and what you want to hear, but you dismissed your people. You told folks to get on up out your way, get on away from you. I don't want to deal with y'all. I don't want to be bothered with y'all. And don't send me nothing. Go on now. Be gone now. I'm done with you. You're no longer of use to me. Bye-bye.
Okay, here's the next part.
My YouTube algorithm, this is another thing I tell you guys to change up your algorithm. They're going to present stuff to you based on what you're watching. So I watch a lot of motivational speeches, things that are, along those lines. And so that's what's popping up when I go to YouTube more than anything. That. So you can change your own algorithm. So a lot of times people are staying in chaos because they want to stay in chaos.
Wait a minute.
People are staying in drama.
Okay. She said people are staying in chaos because they want to stay in chaos. People are staying in drama because they want to stay in drama. What you feel about that? Because I'm saying that calling all emergency content creators, was that chaos?
First, I didn't speak to y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey. I didn't speak. I was rude. How y'all doing? But now here's my thing with the chaos. So you're telling people when it's like you're picking up a toy and putting down a toy. When I want to play with you guys, I want you to play with me. I want everybody to do what I want them to say, do. Now, when I'm done, I want everybody to get away from me because I don't want to be bothered with y'all. But now that you feel like people are of use to you again, now you want everybody to come back. Now it's not chaotic. Now it's not drama filled. Now it's I need you. So everybody get back in here and help me.
Okay, let's listen to a little bit more because I got the court papers. Not only that, I got a letter from an attorney. I got it. Okay, hold on. Right.
Because they want to stay in drama. People are staying in negativity because they want to stay in negativity. You can't tell me that you can't change up your algorithms, because yes, you can. Because I've done it. You can change up your algorithm. You can change up what comes across your feed. You can. There's a button that says "Do not recommend this channel." All of that. So anything you're staying in that's not of God, that's not positive or whatever, you're staying there because you want to, because you desire to. You ain't ready to move yet. You ain't ready to move yet. Just say it. Just own that if that's what it is. You ain't ready. You ain't ready to move yet. You know, what I say.
Now, Shauna, instead of them being ready to move, didn't she get them the boot? Because in a professional world, it was you're free, you're dismissed, here's your pink slip, you're fired, I don't need you no more. What else?
They weren't ready to move, they were removed. They weren't ready to move, they were removed. And the only reason why they've been called back in, when they're called back in, they're only called back in when it's time for a sale. They're only called back in when it's time for a TikTok sale. And now they're being called back in because the only people that are being called back in, honestly, let's be truthful, the only people being called back in are content creators. She's not calling back in subscribers, and she's only calling in particular content creators that she likes and the ones that she feel will come back in and help her. She's only calling certain folks. Everybody's not being called back. So some of y'all are going to need to understand everybody's not being called back. She named people by name. So understand who's being called. All of y'all are not being called back. You got to listen.
Now, listen to this now. Wait a minute. Because I'm going to read these court papers and I will show you. Because it's public record, it's on Alcart. I got it.
Is it helping you grow? Is it helping you grow? Is it pushing you into another level of success? Is it helping you reach your business goals? Is it helping you reach your destination in life? Is it helping you on your purpose journey? And if it's not doing any of those things, then I would say reevaluate. And when you reevaluate, reassess, and then change up your own algorithm, because it works. So attacks, girl, I don't know if any. My algorithm says none. Look, my algorithm says none. I don't know.
Okay, she says attacks. She know none. Now, I want you to put a 1 in my chat if you remember this. We have a content creator named Aretha Gray. Didn't a certain television personality says you only got 5 more months or 5 minutes to live, to a content creator that is attached to Anthony Lopes? Did she not say that a content creator have 5 months to live? Gail one, Ree one, Dark and Lovely one, Maritha one, and Peanut Butter Face one, Black Lakeisha one. So when Anthony wished the mother wasn't here, wasn't that retaliation for what the television personality said? Because she knew that attacking the aunties would affect him. And boom, bam. What's the ham sandwich? He retired. He came back to her because she first said that this content creator, who is an auntie, a prayer warrior, that she had a couple of months to live. And that's why he responded by talking about her mother. What's your take on that?
What I think is crazy is that you can't wrap evil in good. You can't wrap evil in niceness. You can't wish death on somebody and then turn around and praise other things. Like, oh, to me, what she said, and what I got from that is my algorithm only praises me. Meanwhile, I come out here and say all kind of nasty, mean things. For you to wish death on a woman is insane. And for you to do that and wrap it in God is even crazier. And then when the craziness reaches your doorstep, you come back to the very people that you dismissed for help.
You're free. The chains are broken. This came from the television personality, the reality personality. You said you're free. And all of a sudden, we got a family reunion. A family reunion. No, baby, I got to refresh y'all memory because, see, I'm not gonna let y'all slide. You know how my boy be saying slide. We not gonna let that. We gonna refresh some memories today. Okay, so let's finish listening to what was said, and then we're gonna get on to them court papers, but not the ones from yesterday. The ones from 2024 that she received. Hold on.
Any attacks. I don't know what's going on, and it's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. I mean, my God, happy, joyous, all of that, all of that, all of that. So freedom, because ultimately that's what it is, freeing yourself. Some people sitting around waiting on somebody to free them. No, baby girl, free yourself. Nobody's got to come save you. Ain't nobody got to come save you. Ain't nobody got to come free you. Free yourself. You got the power. You have the power. It's there, but it's up to you to use it to make it happen. So, yeah, listen. Quit waiting for somebody to come save you. Save yourself. Have things. It's so funny.
Well, is she asking to be saved, Shauna? Last night, she was asking to be saved. Did you get that interpretation?
I, I'm going to say this manipulation is magnificent, ain't it? Manipulation is absolutely magnificent. It is, she has a way with words that it is amazing for me. If you're not the type of person that listens to hear and listens to interpret what you hear, you will very, very easily get caught up with this woman. She speaks in a rhythm. She talks very slowly. She repeats things in threes. It's like a Pied Piper effect. She gets people to listen, and people will buy shit that they don't even need just because she said it. People have attached themselves to her pain and they run with it. They don't even care what this woman is talking about. It's like, yes, yes, yes. It doesn't matter. Yes, yes, yes. We must help her. We must help her. Ma'am, you just told these people to get the hell out your life. And then last night you told them all, come back, come back, come help me, come help me, come get in here and help me. I know I sent you guys away. I know hell I blocked half of y'all. You block subscribers. You block people that liked you. You block people that were asking questions about your products, people that had spent money with you, people that loved you, adored you. And now you're saying, get back in here and help me because this young man is suing me. Someone that actually had damages, someone that you actually hurt, that could prove hurt. And here's the funny thing. I need y'all to understand, content creators, baby, two things that y'all need to understand. You content creators are not being sued, you are being used. Invert those two letters. You're not being sued, you're being used. And let me tell you how you're being used. You're being used because your content is evidence. Your content is evidence. The way you attack that man is evidence. I'm not saying that Anthony is the best person on the planet. I won't say that because that would be an absolute lie. He has flaws. However, what we will say and what is absolutely true is there were damages done to that man, and you can say what you want about him. You ain't gotta like him because that's up to interpretation. Everybody likes who they want, hate who they want. That's your choice. That's a personal preference. We're not talking preference here, but we are talking damages. And when you activate people and you say, oh, I'm looking for a mandated reporter. I need a mandated reporter. Oh, I need people. When you activate people, when you incite people, when you coax people, whatever verbiage you want to use, when you get people to go after someone and they do it, and then somebody loses something, when people lose jobs, when people lose subscribers, that's money.
Yeah.
See, and here's another problem you have. What you do, the reason you're not going to be able to go after Anthony yourself again is because last night, let me tell you what you did. You
Boom,
mitigated your own damn damages. You know
Yeah.
how you did
boom.
it? With your
Say
discount
so.
code. With
Yes.
your discount codes. Because see, here's the problem. What you keep doing, you pull up a
Mm,
discount code every time. That's called mitigating your own damages because you didn't get hurt. I promise you last night you made a sale or two. The minute you made $1 off of somebody else's pain, you can no longer use somebody else's pain. You play yourself every single time. You always do it. You do it consistently, time after time after time. And let me say this because somebody say, you hate Mel. I don't hate that lady. I don't know her and I don't hate her. But what I will say is these discount codes play you out of things. You play yourself. Last night, you pulled out, I'm going to get a discount code pro se. Okay, baby, you just pro se yourself further into this damn lawsuit. You played yourself.
Well, let
You
me
played
say this
yourself.
before she goes on, Miss Maritha. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is when she went after Miss Wanda said she used Noxzema, and she said that allegedly that Miss Wanda was speaking against her products. But baby, again, put a one in the chat if you remember her calling Miss Wanda food nasty first. And then she couldn't show a loss because she used the word food truck to profit on what she said about Miss Wanda. Who remembers that? See, we dealing with allegedly, in my very own opinion, somebody who will throw y'all away, and then when she needs you, she pulling
yeah.
you up.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not between her, Anthony, and content creators. This is between her and Anthony, and he used those exhibits A through O as examples of what happened after she came up and asked for mandate reporters and asked people to unsubscribe from his page in which he lost revenue. So y'all stop acting crazy because this is real. And guess what? Another thing, I want y'all to open your eyes real clearly. Anthony told y'all what he was going to do. You didn't believe Trump and you didn't believe Anthony Lopes. He told you he was going to sue her, and it was no surprise to her. Now, the
It
lady
should
I'm
be in.
about that she with death on first was Maritha Gray. Let's speak, sister.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not, you know what, Marcella, everything you just said was some of what I was going to say. And Shauna, my
Say it
love,
again.
hi, hey, how you doing? And
Hey,
everything,
Auntie.
everything I heard thus far is, true. But what I am going to do, because Anthony is my friend, Anthony is a real friend to me. When an unbothered person is unbothered, they don't act bothered. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anthony's not going to respond to this because it speaks for itself. And just like Marcella said, she's bringing all these content creators in. Anthony did not sue not but one person, and that was Mel. If he was suing anybody else, they would have gotten a summons too. So I would think that they are critical thinkers, and I will ask them to think critically. If Mel got a summons, don't you think I would get one too? So yes, she is calling me, just like you said, she's calling certain ones. Everybody is not gonna get a plane ticket to come to Huntsville. So she's gonna use the ones that she's gonna use. She got the head honcho, and then she got the little peons. That's all, I'm calling them peons. I'm calling them what they are. They're peons. And they've been waiting for this. They've been waiting for her to summons them. So Anthony is not worried about this, y'all. Anthony is doing what Anthony do. And if you don't know what Anthony do, that means Anthony don't want y'all to know what he's doing at this time. Anthony is taking care of his business, the business that pays him. And I'm gonna tell you something about peace and about joy and about happiness. When you are at peace, you don't go on YouTube, you don't go on no social media telling people, "Oh, I'm so at peace and I'm just so happy. I didn't, this is the first time I heard it. When you are happy, you don't have to prove your happiness because people see that. And when you are at peace, nothing, absolutely nothing bothers you. Even when you're walking through the fiery furnace, it does not bother you because you know who is walking through that fiery furnace with you. So therefore, your peace is not disturbed. Your joy is not disturbed. You don't have to come on to tell somebody. Bothered people are bothered by unbothered people.
Boom.
That's the problem. She's bothered because what she thought was gonna happen with this what she thought was going to happen, it's not happening. And anytime you throw a dog a bone, he's going to run to it. So that's what she did. She just throwing those people a little bone out there, like you said, with a discount code, they got to buy something. They got to buy something. They got to buy, and Anthony is not her problem. You know what her problem is? She is her problem. She is her problem. When you stop trying to compete against everybody and think you're higher than the clouds, see, because God got a way of bringing us down. He don't do it. He'll do it quickly or he'll do it slowly. And when he do it slowly, he's giving you enough a time to get it right, and do right. This one, I don't understand this woman. I don't care to understand her. In a sense, because of the person that I am, I feel sad for her. I feel sad for her because life is not lifing her the way that she thought life should be lifing her. And I want to say this again, and then I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna continue to listen. Anthony is okay. Anthony got jobs, so he don't really have time to. He did what he did. He said what he said. And I asked Anthony and I told Anthony, if you okay with what you did, because you know they're going to come after you, right? You know that. I know that, Auntie. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with them coming after you? Because they're coming. I'm good with that, Auntie. I can handle it. Okay. If he's good, I'm good. We good. Anthony is going to be all right with this because, as everybody know, Anthony got receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. So, and I asked Anthony, and I'm sure the other auntie asked Anthony, and don't you say not one word. Don't you say, see how deep her pockets is, because she's telling everybody how deep her pockets is. Let her dive down in her pockets for her to do what it is that she gonna do. Let her fly in. Everybody she want to fly in. And let them people take time off from their jobs so they could sit and worship their queen. I said what I said and I ain't taking it back. Because nobody can beat me. And I ain't taking it back. I said what I said.
Right.
And that's all I got to say. But I'm gonna be listening. And
Thank you.
Bye,
So
Auntie.
y'all, wait a minute. I just want to say this. So
Go ahead.
y'all, everything we saying up here is alleged and it's our very own opinion. But the fact was, the first person who wished death on an individual came out of her mouth. And we got the receipts and we got the person she did it to. And in the same breath, they came after Maritha just like they came after Anthony. So now go ahead.
What I wanted to say is I need people to understand one thing. Well, a couple things, but here we're going to start with this. Hurt feelings do not equate to lawsuits. Everybody's running around here with hurt feelings. I don't like this person. I don't like that person. They did this. They said that. That does not equate to a lawsuit. Just because you don't like me does not mean that you can sue me and you're going to get a bunch of money because you don't like me. Go find you something safe to do. Go find you somebody you like. Go where you're loved. Go where you're appreciated. That does not equate to a lawsuit. And another thing that needs to be understood here, this is not about liking Anthony and not liking Mel. One has nothing to do with the other. That is your own personal preference. It is all about choice. Go where you want to go, like who you like, be around who you want to be around, whether it's Anthony, whether it's Mel, whether it's any of the other content creators. Please go and listen to whomever you like. I don't care who it is. All of them. Everybody got a channel. Everybody got an opinion. It's so many people up here that you could listen to that give really good content. Go listen to every damn body. It ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, good God. But here's the thing. That being said, these alliances and these allegiances that people expect you to have, that is insane. I am in my 40s. As a grown ass woman, you ain't gonna tell me where I can and can't go, who I can and can't talk to, what I can and cannot do. Stop it. The fact that some people will tell you that, I don't know who's crazier, the people telling you where to go or the fact that y'all grown asses are listening. I've never in my life, and I've lived a good long one, thank you, Jesus. I've never in my life seen shit like this. How do you tell someone, I don't want you to be around, go, you're dismissed, and then something happened to you? You say, no, 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 come back, come back, come back. Some of your own content creators are beefing with each other. These women are fighting each other. People have said some of the most vile, despicable things about fucking children. And you gonna want these women to come together so they can help you? You want me to get over the fact that this woman has talked greasy about my child just so I can help you? You think I'm supposed to skip over that? Because you named that woman first. The woman that is taking the time out to talk crazy about so many people. That's the first content creator name that fell out of your mouth. So I know you don't expect the other content creators that do still support you to help when you pulled her first. Like, come on now. It-
Wait a
Scotty,
minute,
Scotty ain't got nothing to do with this mess, child.
my
You ain't
king
even in
came
this.
in here. My king came in here.
Who in here?
He right here. This is my king, because y'all know I love his lips now. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to him.
Oh
Well,
Lord.
some people like myself are confused by the whole thing because I got the court papers, Scotty. I got them for you, baby. I'm going to read them, baby. Let me start off by telling everyone this is a defamation lawsuit. The defamation lawsuit is the content creator felt defamed by the television personality. One. Two, not only the defamation is hard to win, but if you have lost income, if you've been affected, we all was on those Instagrams, baby, when it was said to call a said person, do we have a mandated reporter? And people actually call, and that employer actually wrote letters of how many calls came in that was directed from that live. Now, in case you don't know, I got the receipt, and I'm going to show you the receipt. So, Scotty, because I'm just getting excitable. I'm gonna let Shauna tell you that you're not in this lawsuit. And if
No.
you want a copy of
Let me
it,
get up
I
here.
will send it to you because I bought it off of the website. I purchased it. Public record. I'm going to tell you that you content creators are not going to be sued. I can say that positively that you're not going to be sued. Shauna, explain it to him.
No. Scotty. Hey Scotty, how you doing? How you doing? How you been, child? How you been? You're not being sued. No content creator is being sued in this particular lawsuit. In this lawsuit right now, Mel is being sued. That's it, and that's all. The reason your name is even being mentioned, and I don't even know why Scotty's name is being mentioned at all, because Scotty don't have nothing to do with this one way or another. But the reason any of the content creators that are being mentioned, once again, I don't know why Scotty's name is being mentioned, but any of the content creators that are being mentioned, the reason they are is because the ones that were saying negative things about Anthony is using that information for evidence. Anthony actually has things that would happen to him. He's using it to show the damages that he received. When people were saying, oh, I need a mandated reporter, oh, I need somebody to call, I need somebody to do this, people called that man's job. He lost subscribers, a significant amount of subscribers, enough to where he lost revenue. He's using that information to show about this lawsuit, but it has nothing to do with the actual content creators per se. So the content creators are not being sued. If your name was mentioned, that is simply because he's using it as evidence. That's it, and that's all. Your name is not actually in a lawsuit, but nobody's reading the lawsuit itself. People are listening to what she said because she's being sued. She's being sued. That's absolutely true. But nobody else is being named in this lawsuit. Unfortunately, the way it was presented and the way she presented it in such a way when she's asking for help from the content creators. As a content creator, you could be like, well, wait a minute, why is my name in it? What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. So it will be very easy for you to be like, hey, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. So you could get caught up in something that actually has absolutely nothing to do with you. That lawsuit is between two people, and the content creators, those that are named, are only named because their content is being used as evidence. That's
Right.
it.
To show that after she made that statement, then content creators began to tell what had occurred in their opinion. He's only showing that after that, then there were stuff that came behind that. That's all it is. He's just showing your title, and he may or may not have context. I don't know. Um, okay, I'm gonna tell you Gia because she called my name. Gia, last night she called my name. That's why it's so personnel to me, baby. And so, okay, let's get back to this. Now, I'm gonna tell you that this is not new because there was a letter from an attorney sent last year to television personality. Now, I'm going to show you the letter that was sent to television personality from a lawyer, and it was in 2024. Okay. Now, Cynthia Colon. Letter. This is letter. This law firm, okay? It says to her address, it says second notice via certified mail 94 mail MAIL 9414836208551520739415. Regular mail was sent and certified mail was sent. It says television personality. As we previously expressed, this law firm has been retained by Mr. Anthony T. Lopes to assist in a potential legal claims against you. Again, please direct all communication and related to this matter to our office. The purpose of this second letter is to reiterate Mr. Lopes' prior demand and add a demand for damages, okay? Basic facts. On or about December 6, 2023, in a live stream on your Holt Instagram account, you spoke decapitally about Mr. Lofties. You accused him of being excessive and speaking speaking about Mr. Lofties' place of employment. You encourage any mandated reporter. DM me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember on or about December 6, 2023. If you don't, I will let you see the receipt. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat. Okay? So after that, you said DM me. Got the location and the address. Okay? We can make the calls starting tomorrow. You come for my job, I'm coming for yours. Empathetically, you stated that he, Mr. Lofties, is about to lose his job, insinuating that your incitement of your fan base to contact Mr. Lofties' job in Massey caused his termination. This is a letter that she received not once, but twice. And we're going to tell it. We're going to tell it all because you called all content creators, prayer warriors, fans, followers, subscribers, everybody come here because we're going to put it out. But we're going to put it out right. We got to do right by each other, y'all, up here. This was a letter from a law firm. This is the law firm right here. Cynthia Colon, litigation law firm. This was from them, okay? So that was the basic fact, okay? And then they put down her Instagram and everything. Then it says, you also spoke about your communications with Mr. Lopes terms of spiritual warfare. Okay? Reviewing Mr. Lopes as a demon and inherently evil, you said. And last night, put a 1 in the chat if you heard her refer to demons. Demons. Put a 1 in the chat because I got to wait. I was on that live and she was saying that. Okay. I have learned how to have a spirit of discernment. This is what was said. I have learned how to have a spirit of discernment and how to recognize demons and demonic spirits. Quote, unquote. And I've begun to understand, even though I grew up in church, I've learned over the past years, understand what it means when we say light versus darkness. You have people who walk in light every day, and you have people who choose to walk in darkness every day. I've pulled up on Anthony Lopes live, and yes, I'm going to say his name because I do believe in calling. Wait a minute, see it for yourself. I do believe in calling a demon as it is. Let's come on now. And we're going to come and tell the truth. I'm about to have church up in here. And I ain't doing no prayer service, okay? Because we're going to be for real. We're going to be for real. And again, Gia, the reason why I'm speaking on it, because I usually sit back and let shit just go and laugh about it. But baby, my name and Miss Wanda's name was put in this last night. Was why Miss Wanda, why Wanda name ain't up here? Why Marcella name ain't up here? Out of her mouth, Gia. Now run tell that. We're going to get deep with this letter, honey. We about to tell it. Y'all, look, I can post it, but I just don't want to put her address or anything up there. And this letter is 8 pages long, and I ain't going to read that. I ain't going to read no 8 pages now. You, Mrs. Television Personality, you even referred Mr. Lopes as the devil, saying that he had appeared to be kind and smiling, but that's what the devil does through that put it up front. You also insinuated that Mr. Lopes became obsessed with you. Now I'm about to show y'all the obsession and the envy and the jealousy started because a little of obvious, these words are so small because I am a good reader. But wait a minute. So you also read private messages between Mr. Lopes, including the message of January 29, 2023. Hey, I'm in Huntsville. Is there a way I can purchase items from your collection to promote on my next video? They had been in communication. It wasn't no obsession, I'm stalking you. They had been in communication. And so I want y'all to know that I got this letter and I'm going to get somebody to clean it up so they can post it. But that was in 2024. He sent that letter. And on what happened in 2023. And for all y'all talking about he was going to sue her for $16,000, that figure was never out. Google it for yourself. For defamation in the state of Alabama, it's only $6,000. It's only $6,000. Only $6,000. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. It's only $6,000. Now we're gonna get to this lawsuit, and I'm not gonna read it all, y'all. I'm not gonna read it all. But what he did was he put Exhibit A, police report filed against defendant. And then he listed all of the exhibits, right? And so that's what he did. Now let's get to part B of this because, baby, they sent it to
Excuse
me.
me, Marcella, for 1 second.
Yeah.
Carol, Miss Mott, are you serious? We're as serious as you are for watching the content, honey. You're watching, which means you're as interested as we are in
Take
the
over for a
situation.
minute. Take over.
Go ahead, go ahead. So, yes, Carol, we're serious, just like you're serious because you're watching it. And we're talking about a current situation. Life is absolutely too short, which is why this mess shouldn't be happening in the first place. But you're here and you're commenting, which means you have an interest the same way we have an interest in bringing out the truth about the actual situation. So, here we are. Hey, Mama Betty, how you doing? But yeah, peanut butter, the 6K is the max that you can sue for defamation in the state of Alabama. Like that's the entire thing. The thing is, he's suing her for defamation because he suffered an actual loss. The reason why other content creators are being named in his lawsuit is because he is using the evidence from content that was done for his losses that he suffered. He's just proving his own case. No content creator is being sued. She is being sued. That's it, and that's all. The content creators are not being sued. If your name was brought up in any way, shape, or form, it is simply as an evidence purpose. He's using it because, once again, I didn't see anything that Scotty ever said that would have anything to do with even the evidence purpose. I didn't see it, so I don't know anything about that. But what I'm saying is, there are a lot of content creators that did go after him. There were several people, content creators, subs, whatever. There were people that went for him that when she said, I need a mandated reporter, this man lost a job. This man lost a significant amount of subscribers, which people know that make a good amount of money on YouTube. Your subscriber count plays with your money. He lost money. There was a loss suffered, and he's trying to recoup some of the monies that he lost. The only difference in what we're doing and what was done last night is that people are talking about it. If you have side A, then there's also side B. People are just talking about it. You can't talk about it from one side and not have the opposite side speak on it. Yes, baby, I'm serious, but what I'm saying is that life is too short for this. Y'all need to just love on one another. That would be beautiful, Carol. In a perfect world, we could. In a perfect world, we could, but we live in a very imperfect world with very imperfect people. And it would be nice if everybody would let everybody do their content and live and let live. That's what should happen. And it really should happen that way, but unfortunately, it doesn't. That's what should happen. You're absolutely correct. But it doesn't because that's not how people operate. These people are vultures, and so many people won't let other people get their content. You see how people argue about you ain't got no views, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. Why are you worried about how many views I got on my channel? Worry about your content. So unfortunately, we don't get to do that because nobody will let that happen. I hate it, but it's the truth.
And Scotty never said anything negative about Anthony. Let's get that. And this is a defamation lawsuit. I'm going to finish showing you this lawsuit because he has exhibits. And so he's saying that after what was said about him was said, then that's when things, people start making content about him, just as they did with Miss Maritha. After Miss Maritha was death was wished on Miss Maritha, then content creators start coming after Maritha Gray. And this is the Maritha Gray right here. Scotty never said nothing negative. People gave their opinions. You cannot sue anybody over their opinion. But what happened was defamation, according to this letter, and a lawyer recognized it. And then Mel herself last night said that she received a documentation from the attorney and she wrote fuck it or something up there.
Kiss my ass
Kiss my
and go
ass.
to hell.
Go to hell, whatever allegedly she put up there. She said it herself. So last night, what happened when she got served this paperwork, and rightly, she should be upset. The fact that she went to the internet again to send out a dog whistle for all these content creators and assumed that they were getting sued too is wrong, because guess what happened? The same thing that happened to him from 2023 is happening to him right now. Content creators are making content about him again. The same with Miss Wanda. After they said the food was nasty, she started getting content about her, and then it came a discount, 50% off the food truck. Last night, 50% per se, pro se. Um, she made money. It was profitability made when Anthony lost his job, went through therapy, and people was calling his job. Somebody came to his fucking house and wrote on his car. He was afraid. And then he lost subscribers, which this is everybody's job. And he could measure out how many subscribers he lost after that saying around December 6th. And she said she knew the location of his job. She said, DM me, call tomorrow. He not suing people who called. He's suing people after they received an order to call. Unfortunately, none of the lives and videos were positive. Right. Hey, Miss Betty. Hey, girl. Duck and Lovely says she made mention that Anthony worked and fired from a bakery. That was a lie. He worked in the medical field and licensed working was with disabled adults and not children, because children were mentioned. And then not only last night that she said that Wanda and our names wasn't there. Now, wait a minute. This is where I'm going to get to the nitty gritty at. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you didn't hear her call True T. Come on now. Put a 1 in the chat. Did you hear her say, is True T here? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard her call my name, Wanda name, True T's name. I ain't got no 1s. I can't get no likes either. Y'all don't want to hit my like button. Oh my God. Hey, wow. I did not know Anthony lost his job. Yes, he did. And Anthony suffered mentally because of this. He was heartbroken. And at that time, me and Anthony were not friends. We didn't communicate. Where's these 1s? Where my 1s at? 1. He had a partnership with the bakery. Yep, 1. Last night, she asked for True T. Now, I just got in the rim of communicating with content creators who didn't mess with me. Let's get this together. Some of these content creators, like the Gossip Girls, Tay, Uppity, and everybody, they were harassed allegedly and sued by this group that True T might be in or not. But you know, TV personality, that your content creators who supported you went up against people's opinions for you, and you called True T, who went after them, and there was no stopping it, no calming it down. True T calling Tay Lassie, True T messing with Uppity, True T messing with the Gossip Girls, True T messing with Camera Rail, when the ones I named legitimately supported.
Calling a baby a bastard.
Yep. Ride and die for you, TV personality. Now you pulling True T up there. And these other women were down from you from the beginning. Because let's say it. That blog over there, True T, no face, no case, did not start off liking you. Period. But them girls, them Gossip Girls, Empress and all them, they start off liking you from the beginning. You had the audacity to call her up there last night after she is banned from YouTube. Them girls helped you. And guess what? It seemed like you chilled off of them. And now all content creators come up here. Is an emergency. I'm going to share with y'all. And then people start making content about him because the interpretation you put out that they possibly could be sued. And that's not what's on these court papers. Their names and their content was only pulled as evidence. Exhibit A through O. These are the content creators who made posts about me after December 6, 2023. Now, I am speaking on it again in case for the ones in the back, because she want to know why I wasn't there or Wanda wasn't up there. Because one, me and Wanda, we don't know how to make no thumbnails. We don't make thumbnails. And two, we ain't talk about you are that incident that occurred. We never talked about that. We never talked about you are what Anthony Lopes was going through. And me and Miss Wanda and I was Thelma and Louise. We didn't mess with nobody else. But you cannot come up here talking about Father in the name of Jesus, cover me with the angels and blah, 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 blah. And you know good and well, you don't wish death on Maritha Gray, and you going to say, well, he wished death on my mama. When you threw the ball first, you threw the rock, he threw a brick back. And then now you telling people to come and this is what he's doing to you when you know you affected his job and he tried to do it quietly. When he sent you that letter in December, that letter in 2024. Let me get the exact date. Because, see, you received notification. It was the storm. It was the quiet before the storm. You made it a storm on these YouTube streets. Because we content creators should come up here and be able to respect each other's opinion. And we shouldn't be, being misled or told anything. Baby, when your girl came after Uppity, I didn't like that. Journeyed it with the Jasmine, I didn't like that. But guess what? Misdiagnosis, baby. Before misdiagnosis went in that hospital, she spilled some piping hot tea. And she did not fail to leave your name out of the mess that was going on between her and Tweety. Baby, we got the receipts. You knew some things that was going on. And people was being paid. So I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to keep saying this through this damn video. One, Gia. Mel called my name last night and Miss Wanda. And Miss Wanda may not answer, but today I'm her mouth. Two, Gia. What is being said about suing content creators is not in these court papers that I possess. Not in those letters. But when you're trying to say that T defamed me, hey T, I got to show evidence that after what T said about me December 6, 2023, there was an action done. And the action was my job got called. I lost my job. Number two, people made content in reference to me on what had occurred that said TV personality bought out. You're new to this, but you asked me. See, if you new to this and you ain't never been over here, baby, I glances at all comments. And I want to make you understand the only reason that I'm even discussing this, because I don't care, is because my name was called last night. Why I'm not being sued, where no content creator is being sued. He is using their thumbnail as evidence of what happened. Camarel ain't being sued. Scotty ain't being sued. Princess Diana, whatever her name is, Queen Sheba, none of them people are being sued. He's just showing that afterwards, what had happened. Then, last night, she called a Brownie Troop meeting, and what happened again? People start coming out again and making content about him again. Now, I ain't talked to the boy, But I'm going to tell you, if I was him, I would go back down there with all these content creators who came out last night calling me little ground boy, punk ass, faggot. Oh, yeah. They was vicious last night. I would have all that back over there, filing another one. Now, again, let me tell you one more time. The statute in Alabama only allows you to get $6,000 on defamation. 2, it's no use calling no witnesses because he got video, which I will show you, of her saying these things. It's not an assumption. We got video of she wishing death on Miss Maritha and talked about Miss Maritha's daughter. We got not words and transcripts. There is video. ITO. Come on now, hit my like button because we ain't finished. Go ahead. Wait a minute. Let's let my baby talk. Come on, Miss Ree. Come on, Miss Ree.
Hey, hey everybody. How y'all doing? Listen, I'm going to say my name was not into anything, but this has been a long time coming. I was one of those people that sat back in the back and I was for her from the beginning. I didn't take any of my videos down. If somebody want to go say, oh, you was for Mel, I was for a woman who had went through emotional, mental, whatever DV. But the night that happened, I was on that live when she said what she said about Anthony. And I was appalled. And that was the first time, but it wasn't enough for me to stop dealing with her. And I sat back and I wanted to see how she moved. Because one thing you could say about Martell may be a womanizer. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. But he knows this woman better than any of us. He's lived with her. So my problem with this situation is, number 2, Anthony gave her grace because he kept stating that she was going to get some paperwork. The next time when I seen a problem that I had with her is, and I don't want to really bring Stormy in this, but I kept rooting for her and Stormy. But when she did her live, and I did a video on this stating, you do not have to, I wouldn't have never mixed the red phone with my personal business. I just wouldn't have never done that because I'm an entrepreneur. And if she's not careful, Stormy could have a case as well. I'm just saying. But if it was me, I would have gotten those papers. I would have immediately paid him and I would have shut this down. But right. The problem with Melody is that she has the big head. And I'm going to say it over and over again. She has gotten a big head. She did not see all the supporters coming. So the thing is, when you're a content creator, and I can't speak for all content creators, but when I seen what I seen, I took a step back. If I see her do something good, I said it. But at the end of the day, when she had the opportunity to call off her the meters, she did not. And she stated she would not because they support her. For me, you have to take accountability for your actions. You stepped away from this show, but you still want to hold on to the power of it with your subscribers. So I have nothing to lose. I'm on here just to talk. I don't make money. If I have subscribers, 1 or 2 people subscribe to me, but I'm going to say what I'm saying. She needs to pay Anthony. She needs to stop going online and bringing this bullhorn Because at the end of the day, and another thing, I'm going to say this to all the content creators. Y'all can do what y'all want, but at the end of the day, don't let one person that, if you love her or not, love her enough to give her grace and pray for her and keep going on and do what you need to do on your page. Do what you need to do on your page. She has her own platform. She can call whoever she wants to call. But as they say, a hit dog holler. She know what she said. She know what she did. That moment when that happened, you can't bring God. God don't bless no mess. He does not.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do that. And what I'm saying to you, Melody, Cherie, Rogers, you need to quit it. You need to quit it. You are tarnishing your brand. This is my opinion. You are tarnishing everything that you built because you're going off of impulse. If you would have sat down and looked at that paper for what it was, own up to it, and go ahead and just do what you need to do, nobody would have known anything. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
And all I call on the content creators that I know, the ones I know they're about their business. Sometimes you got to take your hands off of stuff. Sometimes you just got to be like, my name been in it and I'm not in it at the end of the day. And everybody named what Miss Marcella is saying. Those people, this is all about gathering your information to give to the courts to show proof and just cause. That's what it is. It's not stating that he's suing anybody else but her. She knew this was coming. She didn't pay attention. Just like she be on different people's page and channels, she's been on Anthony's page and listening. If she didn't, it was taken back to her. Melody has the big head. She thinks that her ish doesn't stink, and it does. And I'm not going to change anything that I said because I've sat back and watched her for a long time. I really have. And it's a shame that she thinks because she's been on one reality show that she's the creme de la creme. You're not a Nene. You're not. Stop it. And I'm holding any content creator that follows this stuff. You guys need to come on. She has no power without you guys. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. And I loved everything you said, and that was your opinion. And I want people to hear this right quick. And stay here, Miss Ree, if you ain't scared.
Hold on before you say that. Let me go ahead and pull this out and let you know there's nothing, and I know I'm just saying it's not to you. There's nothing scared. That picture may fool you, but I'm about it. I'm about it. That's why I said anybody can come. They can come to my page, do whatever. Every subscriber can leave. It does not matter because the people who love me over there love me. My opinion, I just don't fool with myth. So anybody want to come and do or say anything, I will not change what I said. I said what I said. She need to go sit down somewhere. She needs to go and continue. I've seen her every time. You at the end of the day, okay, you want to say you brought Stormy on. Stormy did not need you, baby. She did not.
Say that. Say that.
She did not need you. And the proof is in the pudding because when God got your footsteps sold, there's nothing Melody could have done. You brought home what, a show? A show? All that show
Can
did.
I say something, Marcella?
Yeah, Keisha. I need to address Keisha.
Go ahead.
Keisha, Melanie do have the right to defend herself, but now that is legal, she has the right to defend herself in court. She has the right to remain silent. Anything said and will be used against her in a court of law. And that's where this is right now, in the court of law. I have not talked to Anthony. He probably going to be a little mad that I'm up here discussing this. But Melanie may have a big head, but it don't excuse the hateful stuff he said about her. Well, baby, she has also threw a rock at his people. And that is crazy. So y'all, we gonna have to we gotta remind y'all what she did, because evidently these people got short-time disease, and I'm gonna keep saying this. Mel, I called my name, Miss Wanda name, and True T name last night. True T has nothing to do with this, and I want to know why. Okay, y'all, wait a minute. Listen to this.
Hey, what's up? What's up? I see my girl Heather on here. Hey, Heather. I see my cousin Arlisha is on here. Hey, Jay Bolt.
And this from Empress Radio's page. Y'all go like and subscribe.
And I called to check on her, and she came. I checked on her, and then she came with the. Now I see this stuff going on online. And I ain't gonna lie, I be waiting for her to get me. But sometimes she don't get me. She be understanding me, and I be appreciating that. She ain't say you better not. She ain't say nothing. Nothing like that. Anyway, so I have the best mom ever. I'm letting y'all come on in. She's so supportive, and she also knows me better than any of y'all will ever know me. And she knows I'm not.
I mean, this is from Empress Radio page. I want y'all to go and hear it in full context. The name of the video is Breaking Love and Marriage. Huntsville Cherie goes live to discuss Anthony Lopes. Once AL called her out for the treatment of Kiki, she was upset and sent her subscribers to unfollow him. Okay, that's Cassie. Empress Radio, y'all check her out. She is the bomb diggity, okay? All those new lives coming out now will not help her. It will prove his point. Absolutely. And that's what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to let content creators who like me and don't like me, that this is furthering his case, because them papers, y'all should have pulled them papers and read it for yourself. He is not suing not one content creator. He used your thumbnails as evidence. Here it go.
And have paid attention to the subtle attacks. I pulled up on Anthony's live. And yes, I'm going to say his name because I do believe in calling a demon as it is, just like I put on my story when Jesus said, "Who are you? What's your name?"
So I believe this is why he is suing, because she mentioned wages, lost wages. He is alleging that because she called him out in this video that he lost wages, that she kind of ruined his YouTube channel from this video.
Not only did he lose wages from YouTube, he lost his complete job helping citizens in the community that need his help. We have disabled people in this community, and Anthony Lopes might got a mouth on him, but this man is doing something that further helps in this community. He was terminated.
Marcella, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Some of y'all in my DM.
Yeah.
Here's another problem that people keep skipping over, and that everybody has revisionist history and y'all love to forget about. A name that we're going to bring up because Ree had brought up the Stormy thing, Jerry Taylor. Say, and when we're talking lawsuits, if Jerry Taylor brings a lawsuit, Jerry Taylor has a case. You put a $2,000 bounty on that girl's head because you wanted information on her. You put a name up, you put a picture up, and you put all of the phone number except 2 digits of that girl's number out and said, "I want y'all to find her." Let's be clear here. There are people for $2,000. There are people that'll put your ass in a trunk and drive you to somebody's house and say, "I got her. What you want me to do with her?"
And I got the receipt.
That happened, and she took that information down. The young girl that did a video on TikTok that said, "I'm a college student and I need that money. It'll help with my tuition. Can you please give me that money because I found the girl you're looking for?" And she said, "No, it's not Stormy. I have that information." Here's the thing. She all of a sudden said, "Oh, no, I'm not doing that no more," and took down all the information from that. That young lady, Jerry Taylor, came out and said people were calling her. People found out where she lived. People were sending food to her home, Uber Eats to her home. That means you have her address. That is mentally manipulating and playing with somebody. That girl didn't have nothing to do with any of the stuff that's going on with Mel. And all of that started with Mel. She could also sue her. So while lawsuits are flying around here, and I know that Mel likes to exalt herself and set herself high above everybody else, I don't have a mugshot. I don't have lawsuits. I don't do this. I don't do that. Most of the reason why that happens is because she gets other people to do her dirty work. She gets other people to do things for her. And now she sits in a position where Anthony is now suing her because he has proof of the fact that she sends people out. She sends people out to do the work against him. He actually can show proof, and that's why the content creators are not being sued, but there's evidence of people going after him at her word. I need y'all to get me a mandated reporter. I need y'all to activate. I mean, what am I doing? I bet not be out here fighting by myself. Those are her words, not mine.
I would play that. I got the receipt. She knew exactly what the F she was doing while doing that. That's nasty work right there. Y'all, please hit my like button. I should get at least 100 likes for this because we not finished. Because you know what? Y'all don't like it when I come over here and show receipts. And then you will say, why you don't like her? I do not dislike Melody Cherie. I do not. But I'm just not I'm gonna worship no person. I will put no other God before my God. And that is what I feel that she tries to be. But I'm not, and look, God don't bless no mess. That prayer service at the end to watch over all y'all. And she did say, just in case something comes down the pipeline, you have had witnesses up here to tell you that he has no intentions of suing not one content creator, not one. And for me, with the Gossip Girls, they are some sweet girls. And I'm going to tell you, there was a bull unleashed on them. No face, no case. And what it was said, that Mel was trying to help this bull, this no face, no case, come back on YouTube. Yes. And that's a smack in the face. Not even a smack, a spit in the face. Now, hold on.
Right? Some of y'all been in my DM acting real scary. Let me tell you guys something. Don't you ever be afraid to confront a demon as it is. Something my mother has always said to me is, you don't flee from demons when you enter a room, they flee. And I live by that. Some of y'all be acting scared to say something, to speak up, to go to war. Don't be afraid. There's a time for peace and there's a time. And you're going to hear me saying a lot of scriptures today because I also...
Wait a minute. I believe God said, bring the problems to me. I
And
believe
I'll solve them. Bring me your troubles.
Right. Yeah. God didn't say you go to war. He said you pray.
You bring me your troubles and I will handle your trouble.
Let me tell you something. A person that is really, really, and I'm not a holy roller, but if you have the spirit of discernment on you, you don't have to wear it like on your sleeve and talk about it. It shows in your actions. So for me, that's why I sit back and I watch her, because you don't have to keep talking. Your blessings will show. You don't have to fight a battle. If she was really in her discernment, she wouldn't have had to come on the video and say one word. One word.
I need you to take over. I got to get in this meeting right quick.
Go ahead. Here's the thing. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, the way I'm not a holy roller either, but I will go to church every now and again. But a pastor said in one service when I was in church, he said, you can tell people to go to hell because you don't have a heaven nor a hell to put nobody in. How people live their life determines where they end up. So all you doing is giving directions. So whenever I get good and ready, I will tell somebody to go to hell because I'm not going to determine where you end up. That's on you. And
Exactly.
Rapping.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying exactly.
I don't like the way she wraps everything up to either be angelic or demonic. Everything is not an all-sum quotient. That's not how this works. And everything is not heaven nor hell. Sometimes you just wrong. Sometimes you're just wrong. It's not even demonic. You're just wrong. Maybe you did the wrong thing. Maybe you said the wrong thing. Maybe, okay, let's just say for shits and giggles, you just admit that you don't like Anthony. That's okay. You're allowed to not like him. The world is not going to end if you don't particularly like this man. That's fine. You and him, at one point, you guys were okay. Now y'all don't like each other. That's fine. The world is not going to end because of it.
Let me ask everybody, anybody in the chat, have anybody ever heard Melody come and apologize or retract anything that she came on during this red phone situation or anything? Have you ever heard her apologize or state she was wrong? I just want to know.
Have you ever heard her apologize for anything?
For anything or
For
state I
anything?
was wrong on this particular situation or this particular subject. I'm just, hey,
Ever. Right.
ever.
And that's the thing. I'm with you where I supported her. I saw a woman that went through hell, and it was like I resonated with that. People have been cheated on, people that went through stuff, and more watching her actions and the way she did people, it pulled me away from her because I was like, okay, she didn't have to do that person like that. Okay, I didn't like that. And then the way she started to treat Stormy really threw me. I was like, yeah, I ain't here for that. I ain't here for that at all because number one, Stormy didn't need you. She don't
Exactly.
need you. And you're not above her. And I always thought if you and this woman could get together, that would be a powerhouse
Boom.
situation. But you are
Yes,
so busy trying to step on her neck and trying to be bigger than her and better than her instead of working with her. Like, could you imagine what that would have looked like? A collaboration would have been
that's why
insane.
that's why I did a video when they were both coming out. I wanted both of them to win. But at the end of the day, for me, the thing is what people not understanding. They see her success. Yes, she has success. But the same way you get things, God will take those things away because you have to do things with clean hands. And there are
Mm-hmm.
multimillionaires, billionaires that are losing money. So you have to be at a point to say, okay, I need to do things right because that thing that nice little lady that's called Karma, you better make sure that you keep your hands clean. And all I'm saying, I've been waiting for her to come out and say, wow, I needed to take a break from this show. I wasn't myself, but I'm gonna tell you, she was herself because I went back from day one and watched the videos. And there were so many
Mm-hmm.
things that I forgot and I missed because when I went back to look, she was never checking for Keisha and Kimmy. They didn't even know where she lived. I had
She
went back
wasn't
to look
checking for any of those ladies.
any of
She's been
them.
selfish from the word go. Hey, Bree.
I had to check it, but the problem is that I have no issue. The issue I have with Melody is that stop putting people in a position where you know that these people gonna ride for you hard. Don't do that. You don't know what
Mm-hmm.
somebody's going through in their life. I'm not taking up for Anthony. I don't know Anthony, but I heard it with
Mm-hmm.
my own ears. I heard it with my own ears. And at the end of the day, you, as people say, you throw a rock and you hide your hands, but life is too short. Life is too short. You got to get your stuff together. Nobody is going to want to work with you allegedly if they see this is how you operate. People, you will be surprised, people who sit back and they pay people to watch social media. The
Mm-hmm.
companies do. A company is not going to want to brand you or bring you on to do anything with them if this is what comes along with you. They're just not. And I'm one of these women that I am, and I resonated with her not because I felt she was a DV victim, but I seen traits of it. But at the same turn, I had to say, okay, hold on, wait a minute, because I can call a man or a woman out. I have no bias with
Mm-hmm.
anyone. You have to be able to understand if you have women that have been physically DV, that's no different than mentally because sometimes the mental
Mm-hmm.
scars stay longer than the physical scars.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I could not, after I seen who she was or what she's doing, I could not follow along, but I still wanted the best for her. But then when
Right.
you started with the Stormy situation, I was like, I don't even want to see what you're doing on TikTok. I just don't want to have that type of energy. Energy comes through phones, televisions, and you got to be
Mm-hmm.
careful and protect your space. And for me, I really hope the people that follow her and love her immensely will come to a point because if you love somebody, this is how you know somebody really love you because they can call you out on your stuff. If you got a friend and you that person's friend, and all you do is yeah, and then get out the phone and be like, boy, she get on my nerve. You guys are not really friends. You have to be able to call up, and that's what I hope the people who really truly ride for her, just y'all need to be able to call her out and say, look, Melody, we understand you going through this, but we don't have anything to do with that. We don't have anything to do with this case, because at the end of the day, if somebody is damaged like that, and financially the only way they're going to be made whole, you have to financially give them some of those losses back. Period. You have to. That's how the law works. That's the same way with the Cassie situation. She probably knew she wasn't going to get what she need criminally, so she went for, because when you go to civil court, it's easier.
Hold on one second. Hold on. I gotta ask a question. PBE, before you leave, sugar, before you leave, before you leave. I do have to ask. I don't have a problem with people being millimeters. I think you should support who you support. But I would love to ask someone that is a full millimeter, full blown, how do you explain the Jerry Taylor situation? And do you think that she makes mistakes? Because I know some people that support Mel in such a way, they think that Mel is infallible. And I always want to ask somebody that I know is a true bona fide Mel supporter, are you a supporter of her in such a way that you do not believe that this woman can make a mistake, that you do exalt her to such a degree that she is totally infallible? I asked the question because I would like to know. Because some people do go that far in their adoration. And that makes me pose the question. Like I always wonder because I like who I like, but I do know that everybody's just a man or they're just a woman, and we all fall short and we all make mistakes. And like you said, if I'm a true friend to you, when I see you going too far, I'm gonna grab you. And I'm not gonna do it publicly because I don't think that needs to happen. But I'm gonna pull you back and I'll be like, baby, we need to talk because you did a little too much of this, or you did, or what's going on with you? What's happening? And I see that for me, not putting PBE in this. I just asked her a question because she said I'm a millimeter and I'm leaving. That's the only reason I even asked her the question, because I just wanted to know. But not putting her in this part of what I'm saying, I've just seen a lot of her supporters where they will say she can do no wrong. Like in their mind, no matter what she does, it's always okay. And it's like, how do you reconcile that in your mind that this person can never ever make a mistake? How does that even work? And then how do you allow them to be a real person, because they can't even live up to that? Like, how do they even function in society where it's like, what if I don't tie my shoe? What if there's a hair out of place? What if I have a flyaway? Hell, what if I have a booger in my nose? Like, it puts her, you know what I mean? It puts her in a place where she can't even be a real person.
Yeah, you're correct. I said that in one of my videos. Like, I stated I hope that she never has to see the day that she, and I feel, this is my opinion, at one point, I don't know about now, I felt maybe she didn't want to tell them to stop it or do whatever because she was worried about the reaction. Or if, let's say, her and Martell never got back together but co-parenting, got along, and they weren't going through what they're going through now, how would her base take that, with them just having, a parenting situation where they hey and bye, there's no courts anymore, there's no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My thing, if anybody, this is my I'm not a girl's girl. I'll tell anybody that. I'm an alpha female. I say it how it is, and you get what you get. And I keep saying, don't let the look fool you. PBE is a sweet person. I haven't talked to her in a long time when I first started out. But this is my thing. There are just some people that you cannot, and we're not trying to change their mind. But at the end of the day, when we all get off this YouTube and we go to our prospective places, there is no Melody. There is no Melody paying the bills, Melody, taking care of you if you're sick. She is a human being, flaws and all. So there are some people you're not going to be able to change their mind. And if you come to my page, you're going to get a lot of different things. I don't stick on one thing. And if something really like irks me, like the Housewives of Atlanta, I need substance. I'm a person that needs
Mm-hmm.
substance. And sometimes I try to, give information, but it's just some people you're never going to be able to get that answer from. Why do they follow blindly? And I'm not saying PBE does,
Right.
but there are some people that, regardless if they have the proof in front of them, they're just going to be that way. And all we can do is stay in our lane and let them live the way they live it.
And I can't do the girls girl thing either because I think that absolves people from things. It
Mhm.
absolves you from responsibility. If I say, "Oh, I'm a girl's girl," so that means when you do something stupid, you just go back and say, I'm just a girl. No, that don't fly with me. Because if you
Exactly.
like me and my best friend, and I love this heifer dearly, she will call me and say, "Are you being stupid?" Because
Mhm.
if you're being stupid, tell me, admit to me right now that you're being stupid. And then that way we can go ahead and further with the conversation. But I know up front you're being dumb. So I'm not going to jump on you. But if you say, "Oh, I didn't know," like I'm about to cuss your ass out because you know better. And we're not about to play this game like you're stupid when I know that you're not. We're not about to let this go. But
Mhm.
if you say to me, "You know what, right now, Shauna, Shauna's being dumb today. Shauna feels like being stupid because Shauna wants what she wants. And yes, I know it's not the right thing. I'm doing the wrong thing because that's what I want to do." She'll be like, "Okay, great, no problem." Shauna feels like being stupid, and we're going to let Shauna be stupid. But if I say, "Oh, I didn't know," then
Mhm.
she is going to let me have it. Like, I know good and the hell well you're not being that damn dumb. And she's going to give it to me from east to west. But
Yeah.
when you say you're a girl's girl, I think that that ideology takes away accountability.
Amen. And the
I
other
think
thing
it
is called
removes it.
accountability.
Like,
It's,
I don't like that.
exactly. I was just going to say it's very simple. It's called accountability. And for me, it's certain key factors that I am. I'm a female. I don't like a woman. If you want a man, don't come over here. Don't go to my man. Get your own man. So it's certain things that I do. Hey, I'm with you 100. And you can't call me like if a person called me and say, "Oh, such and such was saying this about you." Oh, okay, I'm not even want to know what they said. What did you say? Because
Hmm.
nobody's gonna sit and have a conversation by themselves. So
Right.
keep it
And
pushing.
if they felt that strongly, tell them to come say it to me. And if
Boom.
they can't say, you don't, unless you can call me personally, you don't have a problem with me. You just have a problem.
Exactly. And I
You
was
if you
raised.
can't address me, you just got a problem. And for me, people have problems and everybody got a problem. But until you
Exactly.
can bring it to me personally, that's your shit, not mine. And I got enough of my own. Keep yours. You deal
Exactly.
with that.
And see, a true, not even an entrepreneur, but a businesswoman, regardless of what level you're on, you have to know. Like I was on the first one of the TikToks when the girl came on there, they accidentally came on her um TikTok and she was doing the red phone, and the young girl was like, "Well, who are you? I don't know about this." She was like, it was hilarious because this was a raw moment that she didn't have someone that was idolizing her. They didn't even know who she was. And I don't know if people caught that moment on TikTok. Okay, Marcella's back. Okay.
Oh, she's saying
But
keep talking.
my
Go ahead.
whole thing is that I just want not just women, I want everybody to understand. In life, we have what's called choices. We have a choice to, follow someone blindly or let them know, "Hey, girl, I got you. I still care for you, but I'm gonna let you do you on that one." Because I cut my circle down to one friend. Everybody else is associates. I will not have anyone steal or make change my perception of my day. If I wake up and I'm having a good day and you call me and it's transfer of emotions, you call me, you don't even
Hmm.
say, "Hey, dog, cat, or bird." "Oh, girl, let me tell you about that." I'll be like, "Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish that thought and I'm gonna call you back because you calling me and I don't have time to talk to you because when I wake up, the first thing that pops in my mind is God. Number one. The second, thank you for giving me life and get these old bones out and let's hit it because I get out of them because you're an entrepreneur. Every day is a day you got to work.
But
You got
in
to work.
every choice, like you said, everybody has choices. But what people seem to forget, every choice has a consequence. And I've always told my daughter that some consequences are good, some consequences are bad, but every single thing you do in life has a consequence, and
Yeah.
all of them are yours. So you have to make a decision. If you go out, if I say I'm going to steal a car, And I wake up one day and say, you know what I'm going to do with my day? I'm going to steal a damn car. If I steal a
Exactly.
car, I have to understand somebody might pop me because I stole a car. I might end up locked up because I stole a car. I might get in the car and go on the greatest high speed chase of all time. But my life might get ended at the end of that. You have to understand that every single thing you do has a consequence, but people want to be absolved of that because I just want to do what I want to do. That's not the
Exactly.
way the world works. And right now, being sued for activating people as a
Take
consequence.
accountability.
Would
Take
you
it.
say, wow, a cult sounds like a bunch of melody haters? Baby, here's the thing. Let me tell you something about the word hater, because I hate that word. A hater is usually a confused fan. The only reason why some of her people got the word cult, the reason why that word became a word that was being used so often is because of the behavior of some of her folks. And I'm going to tell you why. This very thing right here, asking people to activate, what does that even mean? Why are you asking people to activate? That's asking people to do something out of their normal scope. What were they about to do? They wasn't doing nothing against somebody, but you're asking them to activate, which means you're asking them to do something negative. That's cult like behavior. That's
Okay.
telling them, hey, I need you to go and attack someone. That's what an activation was. Go
Okay,
ahead.
let me go ahead and get this. What is it? Arnett. I'm not good with names, but Day. Girl, let me tell you something. First and foremost, I could never be a cult follower, and I'm not a hater because I'm not a bootlicker. I am me, myself, and I. I follow no
Girl,
one but man above. Okay? We're going to get that because the only thing we're trying to do is enlighten you and let you understand everybody doesn't dislike Melody, but we can call her out on her stuff. I mean, you know why I can do it? Because I have proof to go back and show on my videos that I was there for her. I was trying to help her with the situation because I am a DV um, survivor. But what I am not, I do not follow a cult. I do not kneel down to no one but God. And God don't want you to fear him. So what you need to understand is that there's no haters over here. What does she have? I put my pants on the same way she do. I go to my bank account the same way she do. I get up and work and I have multiple streams of income. And I did not need a reality show. And I know that she and Martell had money before they came in. And I was also in property preservation as well. So there's nothing that she can do that I cannot do. Okay?
Arnett, she actually said, I need y'all to activate. I know y'all not gonna have me out here fighting by myself. Does that sound like asking people to buy products to you?
Catch
I'll
that.
wait. Out because she said, I need y'all to activate because I bet not be out here fighting by myself. That's actually one of those instances where she said activate, it had absolutely nothing to do with her with purchasing products. She said, I need y'all to activate because I bet not be out here fighting alone. Some of us actually listen to her. Some of us actually used to be supporters. So when you
Exactly.
make those statements, please understand you're speaking to people that actually really were supporters at one point. So nobody's up here being negative. So take take that super fan shit and take your boots and get them on the ground and scoot on up out of here with that. Have a
That's
great
right,
day or
Puss
the
in
day you
Boots.
deserve.
That's right, Puss in Boots. Boots was made for walking. I
Scoot.
had to come out my cave today, Mama Marcella. I had to come out my cave because you know I normally
Oh, come
don't say
on.
nothing. And BK Lakeisha, girl, yeah, I'm that friend. I'm that friend that give my friend a good old cussing once a month. Sometimes she need a tune up. She need a tune up.
Girl, these people, geez.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can't have an opinion. And not only you got an opinion, a lot of us have been in situations far worse than what Mel has went through. Hers is just on the scope of the television. Okay, I've had things plastered about my children who wanted special needs way before a reality show. So at the end of the day, for me, what were you doing in your life before Love and Marriage Huntsville came on and you knew of a name called Melody besides a musical tune?
Okay, so
Okay.
there's the problem right there, Arnett. You said when I heard Melody's side of the story, and I've only heard her side of the story, this is what she said. Now, here's the problem. You have to understand when you hear a story, You got to know there's always three sides. See, I almost put two. There's three sides of the story. One side, their side, the other person's side, and somewhere in the middle is usually the truth. Because everybody's always going to tell you their side of the story that leans more towards their best interest. That's how it always works. Somewhere in the middle of that is always the truth. And right now, we're giving you what we know to be true because nobody up here is in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
There are three women up here, and none of the three are named, and none of us are in the lawsuit. So none of us have a dog in this fight. So when you hear us speaking on it, you would know that you're getting the truth here because Anthony ain't up here, Mel ain't up here. Why would anybody up here have a reason to lie? We don't have a dog in this fight. None of the three women up here.
And
But
we're
So there
not
you have it.
bashing her. Let's get that straight.
we're
We're
not.
Not at
we're
all.
we're trying to make y'all understand what I see that is happening. It's happening because he filed the lawsuit. He never came up here and told y'all he filed the lawsuit. But last night, when she commanded everybody come to the YouTube and she got something to share, she intended on telling us exactly what had occurred. So I want y'all to listen to the rest of this. Hold on.
Scriptures today, because I also understand that when you're fighting principalities in high places, when you're in that kind of warfare, you got to use the word to back what you're saying. So y'all gonna get a lot of scriptures tonight. Is that all right with y'all? Everybody good? Everybody settled? Y'all settled? Y'all home? Got your cake, your food, your drink, your meal, whatever it is you need, because we gonna do this one. So, first thing I want to say is, how did I meet Anthony? I've never met him in person. Despite how it has been said at times to make you all think something, I've never even talked to him on the phone. I don't have his number. He doesn't have mine. There has never been a communication with Anthony and I except by way of DM. I don't know him. I don't know him. Okay? Don't know him. Ain't never had a phone conversation with him. I can't tell you what his phone number begins with. All right? Anthony.
She's being truthful about that. But what Anthony and Melody had in common was the manager, Dawn. Dawn was speaking to Anthony, and she was also managing Mel. Now, I saw a video where Anthony was having a meeting, and Anthony said to the person on the screen, I have to wait till my manager come online. And then Dawn comes online. Now, I cannot tell you whether that was truly her client or not her client, but he addressed her as manager. And it sounded like that she was trying to work with both of them. They both sing. They both have a lot in common. And so I'm just letting you know she's right. She may not have talked to him on the phone. Now, I don't know that, but I want to let y'all hear the rest of it. But the part
Wait. Marcella, do you not remember when all this was going down? Melody on another live was stating that Anthony was calling her and asking her about recommendations of places to eat in Huntsville. Did you?
yes,
But wasn't that on IG or something?
It may have been.
I think
So
I
it
think
I
wasn't.
know that was through text because I do.
okay.
But because this legal letter that I got that he texted her and said, "Hey, I'm in Huntsville. Can you tell me?" So that this legal letter states that was from text. I have all 8 pages.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I said before I came up here, I had to do my homework and I had to read.
Like how I'm live right now. He started requesting, I go in and see who's requesting to be on my live. He started requesting to come on my live. Y'all know, I'm like, for me, I'll be honest with you, I was like, oh, a dude trying to come on the live? Because y'all know we mostly men over here. I'm like, who is this? Okay, there's a male trying to come on. Who is this person? So I clicked him one day. You know what I mean? And when I clicked his name, he came on, seemed very kind and, we know the enemy gets mad when they get exposed. I don't care. I don't run from demons. Never have, never will. Now, back to what I was saying. He would come on my live.
Now, how are you going to call him a demon? But that wasn't against the law. That's her opinion. She said he was a demon, and that was against the law. I'm going to show you where she broke the law. I got it. Let me just start from here. Let me start from here.
So cute, and everybody's saying that in the chat. Second of all,
no. We gotta go back.
If you're not already, is the listening
lawsuit, and you want it for messaging me and letting me know that he sent you.
I done lost it now. Wait a minute.
Message me and this is what he's suing for in the document.
Okay. So let me say this. First of all, I've shared with y'all for a long time, because I'm always straight up with y'all, what spiritual warfare looks like and what all that entails. I'm not new to spiritual warfare. At this point, I'd say I've had plenty of experience at this point as it comes to spiritual warfare. And I have learned how to have a spirit of discernment and how to recognize demons and demonic spirits. And I've also began to
oh my gosh. Okay. Let me just sum it up, because we've been here. Mel asked people, requested a mandate reporter. And when she said that she had a social worker there in the room, it was another lady in the room that she said, don't tell people my job. Don't tell people my job. And she said, I want a mandate reporter. I know the location of his job. She wasn't talking about YouTube. Clearly, she was talking about the job where he worked. And people the very next day began to call his job. After a couple of days, Anthony had received several complaints about children. His employer, in turn, spoke to him about it. We know that there's not children here, but we are working with people in the community with disabilities, and this has become not a good look for our company. They terminated Anthony. So he lost work on his business. Then she made a statement. It's not quote unquote. Hold on. Y'all speak for 1 second.
One question. Did you guys, this is when I really started to realize there was more to the story. This popped in my head. Remember, and this goes back to what you were saying about one side of the story. We were getting one side of the story about what was going on with her and Martell in the beginning. But as soon as Ariane came out and was saying, oh, I spoke to Mel. Mel knew about me 5 years ago. We had no idea. We was thinking that this was like something recent. We didn't know that they had issues with this situation and they were trying. That's on her to try. But for me, I felt bamboozled because I'm thinking she had no clue about this situation. No clue.
It was set up. It was set up for us to believe that the way they set it up was like she just found out that Martell was cheating. Nobody knew. It hit her and she was so devastated because she didn't know, only for us to find out that this man been cheating since Kingdom Come. You knew about it. Mm-hmm. Then when we found out about the respectful cheating, and then when we go back and we went back and watched that damn episode, because at first I think that went over my head because I just wasn't paying attention. But when I went back and watched that episode about respectful cheating, I said, wait a damn minute, Heifer. Not only did you know, you were trying to orchestrate the way in which he cheated on you, because I truly believe, y'all gonna be mad, I'm gonna say it anyway. If it wasn't for her fans, she'd still be married. Because had Ariane shut the hell up, and played her role, everybody would have been fine. Ariane would have had her little she would have had her little leased Benz and she would have been riding around doing her thing. Marceau would have been giving her little coin the way he was giving it to her. And Mel and Martell would have been the Holtz, the perfect Negro family, and they would have kept it moving. I don't think she gave a damn. It was all about the perception. It wasn't about love. Love had left that marriage so many damn years ago. I don't think they cared nothing about love. It was about the look. They looked good. They
And
looked
they
like the
were
perfect
separated
Negro
before the
calling card.
show. They were
Right.
separated before the show started.
Which is why Ariane started to act such a fool. Ariane was mad, not because of anything Mel did. Ariane was watching her man on TV playing family. That was her man. That was Mel's husband, but that was her man. And she was pissed. I'm watching my man play family when I know good and the hell well, y'all are basically married on paper. Like,
Yep. And
come
the
on
way
now.
she got everyone, including myself, is when it came out like he was dogging her out because there were no, she didn't have no fan base like that. When it came out, when she was like at the table about respectful cheating, and that's when you looked at Tisha them face, they looking like, wait a minute, what? What? They looking like, wait a minute, I thought we ain't supposed to talk about this. But the whole problem is once she, I'm telling you, the fan base fell in her lap. Once she realized that these women, and we was hook, line, and sinker because we're looking at Martell as the emotional, mental, and all of this, amuser. I ain't saying the word, but amuser. I'm like, oh baby, I'm over there trying to give her legal tips. Girl, you need to leave the state before you file because once you file, go be a resident
You'll be
somewhere
stuck.
else. Yes,
Hmm.
you'll be stuck. Girl, I was hooked. I was like, I had got into my DV brain because I volunteer. But the thing about it is that she would, because if you, once the layers started to be pulled back, then you find out that she was being told before they got married that he was cheating by this, whatever her name was, what the assistant name was, Martell assistant, the one that was told Mel during the
Oh God,
wedding.
what was her name? What was that girl's name?
Dang, what's her name was with
I
the Gucci
I
belt,
can't
a big.
remember because I remember T talking about that girl having on that Gucci belt. That's all
That's
I
what I
can
call the
remember.
Gucci belt.
I just remember the
It
Gucci
was
belt.
upside down.
All
But
I
she
remember is the
is the
Gucci
one,
belt.
I'm telling you, she is the one that brought out that, because she said, I guess she said, you're not going to make me look crazy. She was telling her before they got married. That's why she was
There
the
you go,
wedding planner.
Melnika.
Manika,
Melnika. There we go.
thank y'all. The wedding planner.
Yeah,
Baby
it was
Gucci
a
belt. That's
lot of,
all I
you know
had.
what? I applaud her that the time of their success came when they were separated and they got together to do what they got to do. But I believe that there was feelings still there because she did bore a child. She had a child. And it seemed like me as an outsider looking in, she loved her husband, but they became a breaking point at her in her that she wasn't going to take any more humiliation. You either be with me, the family, or you be with this woman. And he couldn't decide. So she helped him decide. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, and y'all going to be mad. There's a lot of us women out here that had experienced infidelities in our relationships, and it became a bigger thing like this had only happened to her. I start feeling like, gosh, she's making it seem like this has only happened to her. But then there was a lot of hurt women who clung on to her, and guess what? She was good with Anthony. She told him he sounded good in his music. And then all of a sudden, this was a vicious turn. This was a vicious turn. And she did tell people, I'm not following him. And if y'all are following him, something must be wrong with y'all. And guess what? People started unsubscribing. And even supporters before me that he had following him turned from him. One, they turned from him because Mel suggested. Two, hanging with Mel got content creators big bank. It's all about the money when it all boils down. Even if these content creators didn't really like her, they knew that pushing what she was saying and going against everybody else, going against everybody else was bringing them the cash money. Then it was a ripple effect. Content creators start going after content creators, forgetting that we come on YouTube to give our opinions. We
Mhm.
say it's entertainment purposes, it's our opinion, and things are not facts. It's just what we're thinking. But then people started going against each other. I mean, some of the content creators that went against me, I had admired them. But then when you put a roach on my face, I'm not playing that with you, and me and you ain't got no beef. Your beef is really with what I'm saying. And as long as I didn't call her out her name, bald headed scallywag, I didn't call this woman no names. But then she said, my girl, I'm gonna go after you because my mama ain't never talked to no content creators. And when I pulled those, before you go down there and file, baby, let me show you some of the receipts that I retain. And I want to show you that it's not coming out of my mouth, it's coming out of other people's mouth. And guess what? I never heard nothing from it. And when she left the show, the YouTube streets began to calm down. And then when Empress Radio had a live one night and brought content creators together, people may not have hung out with each other, but there was a mutual respect. I'm gonna go back to my corner. Mel is gone. I'm going back to my corner. I may not, want to hang around this person, but that's their opinion on their page. That's their opinion on this page. But the drama never left because it was one content creator repeatedly coming after everybody. Now, we're not just going to talk about Anthony's lawsuit, but we're going to talk about this lawsuit that started in 2023, where you got all these content creators, T, Tay, PBE, Brown Skin Girl, all these content creators got sued by an attorney. And it was a big thing. But then in the context, No Face, No Case lost her page. And then it was put on the YouTube streets that Melody was trying to help her get her page back. Now, I said I didn't believe that because Melody would have said it out her own mouth, and she's used to saying things that she feels, and she didn't say that, but it came out that they were trying to help her get her page back. Now, my thing is, I know Tay and Camarel and a couple of other content creators wholeheartedly supported Mel from the beginning. And if this is the woman that is embroidered in another lawsuit against them, it I I can't see why people are coming after Anthony last night and today, because she called and said, I'm going to put this out. And when y'all don't know the picture was that Anthony Lopes notified Mel in 2024. So she knew this was coming because the 8-page documentation explains if they could not come to a resolution that this was going to happen. The state of Alabama expressed to Anthony Lopes that he had 2 years to file, and he pulled the trigger. He filed this. Now, if I was her, and I'm being sincere, she don't like me, but I'm going to be honest. With a woman with means, I would have went on and just paid him out the $6,000 and put a gag order on him. We're not going into court for witnesses. There is not going to be no witnesses. The person that has to prove the case is the plaintiff, which is Anthony Lopes. He has to prove that she said these things. Check. He got audio video. He has to prove that he lost his wages. And y'all won't believe now, all this started over cake. A cake. If she is a multi-millionaire, $6,000 isn't anything. On your business, you should have insurance, meaning as a content creator, I got insurance as a content creator. as having that business, insurance should be there. Let your insurance go ahead and pay this man off. And because what he's trying to prove is provable, and all of us know what happened. And then maybe when this is over, we can go back to reporting on the new show that's coming up. But I'm going to tell you now, these content creators have supported her. But baby, we can support our children. But when right is right and wrong is wrong, we're not going to support even our own children when they're wrong. And yes, he did say something about her mother. But you got to remember, she struck first by wishing death on Maritha. She said something about Miss Wanda's business first on national TV with millions and millions of people watching when she said her food was nasty. Then you have to lean back and see that she made profitability off a food truck. And Miss Wanda was not going to sue her. Miss Wanda was like, I'll let that go. We're going back and forth, the banter back and forth. It didn't make Miss Wanda lose anything. It didn't make Mel lose anything. But this is different. And Anthony pulled those exhibits, A through O, to show that after what was said, to unsubscribe, to unfollow me, he tried to sleep with my makeup artist. Then mandate reporters, call his job, DM me. I got the location. And it began to happen. And he's now, all this time, he was able to pull how many subscribers he had prior to her saying that. And 3 months after she said that. Hold on.
So I saw a comment. What was this comment? It says, so what does that have to do with him, though? The problem is he suffered a loss. He suffered a loss, and he's trying to recoup monies for the loss that he suffered. So he's suing her. It's real simple. It people are making it way more complicated. She's adding people. She's making content creators think that they are being sued, and they are not. They are not being sued. Nobody's being sued but her. It is a very, very simple situation, but it's being blown up to make it seem like it's way bigger than what it is.
Let me
Now,
ask this question really quick.
mm-hmm.
Put your guys' self, and forget it's Anthony or anyone. Let's say you have a channel. You can be on Instagram or anything, and somebody doesn't like what you say. And let's say they have 1 million plus followers, millions of people on following. And you say, oh, this person said this. Well, isn't he at his job and he's doing this? I know I have a mandated reporter somewhere in this chat with me. If somebody comes after your job, not just, and it comes off of social media and comes in real life, and they come at your job, take Anthony out of this. If somebody, like with some of this stuff that's going on with the lawsuits, cops are showing up at doors. People are putting real names out. This is real life stuff. It's no longer on social media. All I can say is that at the end of the day, you have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, even if you like them or not, because this is no longer on YouTube or wherever. This came to his doorfront, and it's stuff that I didn't even know that I'm hearing now, from Miss Marcella. But I do know Anthony is like me. I'm one of these people. I'm real quiet, but I'm a paper chaser, baby. I know how to get that paperwork together. He dropped little nuggets before he even served her. And by the way, Mel, thanks for doing that video, because even if you want to say you weren't served, now we know you were served. So thank you. I'm just saying thank you for Anthony. But
Marcella, check the back chat.
But the thing is that you just have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, regardless if you like them or not. Would you want someone to come to your job and you lose your livelihood because he had a lot of subscribers? Would you want to lose your income? Ask yourself that question. That's all I have to say.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna let someone else up, and then What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a video for you that I have as part of my receipts. And I had to ask to play these videos because, you know, I do keep a lot of receipts and I have to ask. I dropped the link. Okay. I want y'all to look at this. I'm going to take you two ladies down 1 second. Don't go nowhere because I'm going to make
Okay.
my screen bigger. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it.
And do I have any mandated reporters on the live? Brittany, you work in social work. Get out of here. Don't be telling my profession. Are you a mandated reporter? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you got to report when a child is in that. Oh, yeah, you is. I know you are. So let me tell you, somebody said pull up and do what? That part. Let me tell Ms. Mary said I wish he would. Let me tell you, like, I ain't trying to be funny. Let me tell you something. Dawn Michelle, really, y'all just don't know. I pipe her down a lot because she is that person. Leave Dawn alone. But anyway, don't play with her. But mandated reporters. Think y'all know where I'm going with this. DM me if you're a mandated reporter. Because the same way you've been coming for me, whether or not I should be on my show, whether or not I should be doing my job, babe, I'm coming for yours. Because I'm tired of hearing about these kids being on your doggone YouTube and you exposing them in that way. That's not what you do. What? He did? What? So any mandated reporters, DM me because I got the location and the address and we can make the call starting tomorrow. You come for my job, I'm coming for yours. Yeah, my mama said, wow, they don't want her to do it. Y'all know my mama don't even say too much. She's a woman of few words. But she even knows you don't want her to do it, Michelle. So that threat right there, if I was you, I'd chill out. He about to lose his job. Mandated reporters, DM me. Chance not checkers all day, every day. Look, Melometers, I love y'all. It's been real. And do I have any mandated reporters on the live? Brittany, you work in social work. Get out of here. Don't be
You're seeing it for yourself. You're seeing this for yourself. And you mean to tell me he don't have a reason? But after this, people begin to make videos about him. People begin to call his employer. He never worked with children.
Lois, that actually responds.
Can you put in a chat if you know he never worked with children?
Lois, if that right there just dispels what you said, sweetie. She was looking for mandated reporters to get that boy fired. So that actually dispels what you just said. So you can stop going back and forth with Marisa because you just been proven wrong. Have a great day.
Let me chow back coming on here. Where's the person I want to come up here? I don't see them.
There she go.
Oh my God, what did I do? Okay. All right. Let's talk chow bye. Chow bye, why you I'm sorry. I'm unmuting the mic.
Oh.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Auntie. I miss you.
I miss you too, boo boo.
Okay. It's me, Bree. And okay. Is it a feedback? Is that me?
No, it's no feedback.
Oh,
You
okay.
good?
I think that video is still on my thing. Hold on.
I want to address something with you, Miss Lois, respectfully. Tennessee is a right to work state, so guess what? But he lost his job also on YouTube. He lost his income on YouTube. That is a job. We are all content creators, but we're up here to do a job. And to say, Don don't play, baby, some places that might be a threat. What I'm saying is, if it was me, I would pay him off. And then I would shut down everybody on YouTube. We're going to settle this. But instead, Miss Lois, after we got this announcement last night, what happened? The insults and saying he crazy and he's out of his mind and little grown boy, all this stuff start coming back. When this was a private matter, he did not get up here and say, I sent her those papers. He didn't get up here and do that. So the intimidation tactics was not used against her. He didn't call on who she was employed by. She didn't make him leave. He did not have children on the live on YouTube. All right, Miss Bree. Go on, child, bye.
They still ain't got it. And the only reason why, and I'm kind of late, y'all. I'm in the dark with some of it, but I did see a little bit early this morning when I was woke with Mel has came to the public with this case. And the only reason why she's doing that is to get her little minions to attack Anthony. That's all it is. And I see a lot of them is doing it, even the ones that she threw in the fire. And that's the crazy part about it, because y'all still ain't got it. She used y'all, throw you away, use you, throw you away, because that's who she is. And the fact that you can get up here and keep calling people demons, baby, you are the biggest one. And I said it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Because using the Bible for manipulation, those that know the word and know the tactics of people using the words, there is people that get up on the pulpit and use the word to manipulate people. She ain't no different. She ain't no different. And a lot of people fall for it. It's the woe is me. It's the I'm still sitting here dealing with the situation that she was in. What situation? Allegedly, she was cheated on the show. That's allegedly. Because again, out of her mouth, they wasn't together. Out of her mouth during the reunion. I still need a lot of y'all to go watch season 1, just the first 3 episodes, and then go on and hop over to the reunion. And then go to reunion 2. While you at it, you might want to skip over to reunion 3. You ain't even got to watch the shows. Just watch the reunion. Because it's a lot there that's very telling. And everybody that she brought on the show, she used and throw away. Allegedly.
That's our opinion. Yeah.
I don't know what people see and I don't know what people hear. And I was a male, I bought her products. I was one of the first 100 customers that she had when she dropped 7th Avenue. Still mad about my phone facial wash to this day. I have a right to have attitude. But what was the purpose of this? What was the purpose of getting up here, getting all these content creators in an uproar for a lawsuit that you are being sued by? Not them, you. And because some of their video titles and stuff is being used to show the damage that you done, he's not the only person. There's a lot of people that you did stuff to, allegedly, that you called out on your TikTok. That lady came forward. But that's when you was trying to throw Stormy up under the bus. You still out here doing stuff that it don't make no sense. Newsflash, God ain't in none of that mess. None of it. And the more you keep using his name, Melanie Cherie Roger Hope, the more destruction is going to come towards you. You cannot sit up and keep playing with God's name and thinking that you're going to prosper from it. Newsflash, the devil blesses his kids too. But it's all a facade. See, when God rewards you, you get to keep it and you stand in it and you ain't got to gloat and tell everybody about it.
And throw people under the bus.
Yeah, that's not what God blessings are about. When God bless you, people will see that light shine on you. There is no need to come out and tell everybody about it or where it came from or none of that, because God, that light will shine. You don't have to brag. You don't have to constantly keep telling God don't play about me. God don't play about me. God don't play about none of his kids. And last time I checked, you wasn't his only child. Who told you that? But for some reason, people put you up on a pedestal and make you think that you are their God. And you're not. God is a jealous God. That's what your people, your members that follow you, that's what they seem to forget. He's a very jealous God. And when you get to worshiping people, men, women, he's not pleased with that. So y'all can keep coming out here defending her and getting it. That lady called for that man to lose his job. I was on that live. I will never forget that live because I am a mandated reporter. And I was like, what the hell is going on? You don't do that. You don't do that. And anything that you do on the internet, you can wipe it clean off your side, but baby, that don't mean it's clean on everybody else's side. It's always there. Everything that you have done to people, it's there. And can't none of your people go back and retract it or try to make you look good with it, because people in their right mind that's not up under your spells can see it for what it is. And if you wrong, you wrong. When you right, you right. I've given her props for a lot of stuff that she has done. But when you wrong, you wrong. And y'all think that this stuff and people going around talking about Martell this and Martell that and why the court this and why the court that, y'all really need to pay attention to what's going on. Y'all can keep dragging that man and y'all can keep saying that man is broken. He ain't got this and he ain't got that and allegedly this and allegedly that. Stop it. Just stop.
Do y'all see this? We all see the agenda. That was from her page. That was from her. And then on top of that, her manager said, I got Mel and all of the Melometers and supporters. We don't. Let me see what it says. I got Melanie and all the Melometers and supporters. We don't de-escalate, we activate. I got Melanie and all the Melometers. Come on, move. And all the supporters. Wait a minute, I got to start it over because I had that. But this is from her manager. Melometers and supporters. We don't de-escalate, we activate. There's been a lot of activation up here. I'm not calling her out. I'm telling y'all, we need to stand down. This is a fight between two people. And other people do not have to get caught up in this because he is not, again, suing no content creators. He is not suing no content creators. Now, what you might say is, Marcella, Mel didn't say that. That was her manager. But in these receipts I got, and when I tell you I got a receipt, and y'all, I don't dislike this woman, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And yep, she used her dog whistle. This is what I'm saying. And now all the chaos that was there before she left is back. And now the content creators who got to know me, we joke and laugh across these pages. Now they may not even want to speak to me no more, but I came in this world alone. I will die alone. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And like I said, y'all said don't worry about the gossip girls. We cannot forget what has happened in the last couple of weeks of this lawsuit from 2023. These women have been attacked. And when my name got added to that lawsuit, I never said anything about that lawsuit until my name got added, and I took it personal. Me and my attorney took it personal. And if you're going to get an attorney, how is your attorney going to work on your behalf when you have came up here and basically is trying your case on YouTube. You're trying, if you feel like Melody, you're right. You shouldn't have came up here to try your case. And everybody that she says she's gonna fly you down there, don't get flued out. And then when you get to the courthouse, you're not able to testify. Because this is defamation. The plaintiff, which is Anthony Lopes, have to show where he was defamed. It ain't no, he said this about my mama. She said this. And look, these different people I don't know. She's trying to drag the CCs into him, calling all the hounds home. She dismissed everybody. She said that she don't want no more evil spirits in around her. She changed her algorithm. How can you change your algorithm when you have went on to be a successful SAB salesperson, and now you're coming back because something has hit you? De-escalation is good. That's why there is so much unheaved now. People don't need to insert themselves in volatile situation. I'm not saying be supportive, not be supportive, but there's a way, and that's what I'm saying. All y'all support her, but do not get involved by putting this stuff on your page with the possibility of being sued on this page, because I don't believe that all of you knew about her first letter from a law office. She received a first letter. Now, she might have read it to y'all behind the walls and stuff. I mean, she might have read it behind the walls, because I remember when it was talked about and there was a prayer service and it was like cover mail, cover mail, cover, and people were speaking in tongues and crying and doing all kinds of stuff for wickedness, to punish the people who had went against her. I mean, they were speaking in tongues. I was like, what in the John Brown ham sandwich is going on in here?
An
Last night,
activation ritual.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a ritual where and they speak in so many. It's so many things that you say in so many numbers. I can say it in 3 times, 7 times, 6 times, 9 times, 12 times. There's certain numbers that's used that activate a certain type of spell. And that's the crazy part about it, is you have to know these things. And I know a lot of people don't. And a lot of people don't know when there is allegedly witchcraft that's involved, or magic being used. And there's certain things and certain ways to use it and try to cover it up. But when you know and you study that stuff and you know the difference between what is being said and how it's being used, then you can recognize it. Like she said, she has a discernment, and you probably do. You probably do. Allegedly, you probably do, because you had that same discernment allegedly when your
You're
husband was
not
out
the
there
only
shooting
person with a
people.
discerning spirit, though. That's the problem.
Exactly,
The
and that's
problem
the
is
thing.
other people see it now and people are calling it out. And now that's the problem.
And I
And
am
so
one
what?
of those people. And that's the reason why I sat back and I did something on one of her lives when she were looking for content creators. She wanted to bring them up. And you remember Marcella.
I was
And I and I did something. I made sure she was looking, and she looked right at me. And I'm gonna tell you, a person don't have to know you to know that God has favor on your life. They do not have to know you. They know to stay away from you. And God kept me away from a lot of stuff. It was some groups that I could have been in, I was asked to be in. And the spirit told me no. And I said, no, thank you. It wasn't because the people, but God already knows our path. He knows where we're going. So for me, all I'm saying to all these content, Mildred, you're awesome. Love your book. But everyone has to be accountable for their own channels. Have to be. Melody can only do so much. You have to be accountable for your own channel. If you want to, hey, you can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, when things don't, you can't use your channel for bad.
Yeah, and we got to break every chain, because I'm telling you, something up here is happening where people are heated with each other. We don't have no personal connection, but there is a personal connection where you got content creators are willing to strike people's pages, do all kinds of crazy stuff. And I just want everybody to get along, but please know
Get people's
the
pages
truth.
removed.
Yeah, please know the truth that this has nothing to do with me trying to bash her. I'm trying to explain on my own recognizance that this is why he's suing, why he came up here to show y'all. I mean, why I came up here to show y'all what was said and why he using these exhibits. And then she says that he talked about her mama. Well, she talked about death upon a content creator, and we cannot act like we did not see that. And we gotta listen, there's a lot going on, and then we chose who we were going to support, all of us. And I supported Miss Wanda. And guess what? Do y'all realize how many people came against the content creators and the people on the show? They came against the people on the show, how Tisha was talked about, how her children was talked about. And I ain't never seen so many people want to break up a black marriage. Talking about Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda loved that, y'all. Y'all couldn't hurt her. But talking about her daughter is the way that you tried to hurt her. The way they talked about Kiki, the way, I mean, they was all on Kiki's side. And then all of a sudden, when Kiki went to that reunion and didn't say what Mel wanted her to say, everybody turned against Kiki. People turned against Stormy. People turned against everybody up there. This is a show that represents us black folk. And I want to know why we could not deal with what we were supposed to deal with. That show represented us black folks. And guess what? Every time you content creators put Love and Marriage Huntsville on your title, you bought the show up. You bought the show up every time you did that, and you didn't even realize. When he was saying that we got the best mentions, y'all mentioned the show and helped Carlos make his numbers, not even knowing that y'all was helping him. But guess what? We had Mel explain about her boss being a demon. We allegedly, this is what we heard. We heard this. We cannot help that, but she made us form an opinion against people that we didn't know. She know these people, but when it wasn't going her way, she bought drama. Now look at this. She bought this to these pages, y'all, right before Love and Marriage Huntsville's supposed to start. Can you believe it? The show is getting ready to start, and here we go with some drama. Can you believe it?
Oh, and let's not forget when we're talking about mothers, they said that Lady D was Anthony's mother and went on the attack with her when
Yep.
that's not his mother.
A real woman of God. Lady D didn't never get in no messy mess. She spoke with her opinion, and they turned against her. They turned against Ariane. What about people talking about Ariane's child, that he was a bastard? We got
That he was slow.
we got a content creator calling other content creators children bastards. What have we come to when we can't respect people of their opinions? That's what this is all about.
Not only that, they tied Arion's son and with Destiny's son and was saying that Destiny's son was slow also.
Right.
And it must be Martell's son. It must be, but you guys forget that those 4 chicken piece nuggets that y'all call them are Martell kids too.
Right.
Right.
This
So
is not
stop with all the negativity. And Anthony talked about her mama. Okay, she talked about Miss Betty. There's a whole video. She talked about Miss Wanda.
this is my thing when it comes to this show and all this. For me, at the end of the day, when you're talking about someone, we talked about accountability, but at the end of the day, the show was, to me, never about black excellence. It started off wrong. It was never about us. It was about to show messiness, drama, And at the end of the day, for me, when when you're looking at someone and you're saying, oh, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. At the end of the day, we just have to take accountability. We like some drama and mess. That's just what we like. But at the end of the day, I'm no longer about, oh, my sister, oh, my brother, oh, my this. It's about the people that are sitting on these channels and sitting on these television shows. I don't want them representing me. I don't want them to be like, I don't want them representing me, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to just be there for entertainment. That's what you're supposed to be there for. Now, if you choose to put all your dirty laundry out there, that's your business. But don't be upset when a person come back and make content off of it, because you have to understand, you can't, I'm not going to say sell your soul for $1, but you everything that's glitter is not gold, baby. It's not. And you have to understand, and that's the thing that's really like just bothering me with this situation. It's not even just Carlos. Everybody's like, oh, Carlos did this wrong, and oh, Carlos, you shouldn't work for Carlos. People, after they leave or he let them go, they want to allegedly sue him. But you didn't have no problem when you kept going to work for him.
Right.
People be running him down trying to work for him, and they still over there trying to work for him. The only reason and as much mess as people talk, like truthfully, Mel, without Carlos, it's like you're biting the hand that feeds you, essentially. Without Carlos King, there would be no melody for y'all people. Those that praise her and exalt her and adore her the way they do. Without Carlos King, there would be no Melody Cherie for you to love on like that. It's just a fact. Without,
Right.
because what Mona Scott Young didn't want her. And that's just the truth. So without Carlos, you wouldn't have Mel. So sorry, not sorry. You're gonna have to bow to the king.
And why
Argue
you
with your
not on
mama.
Bravo? Okay, Martell went over to Bravo. Yeah, he was with Sheree. But if you are this such, and I'm not talking about her channel, but my thing is, if you brought this show and Carlos had nothing to do with anything, why your Nubian, whatever you call the other thing that she's dealing with, why haven't we heard anything about that?
Why isn't her subscribed? She says she got 650,000 Melometer strong. Her supporters should support her enough that her network should be thriving with
Yep.
no problem. Her people should run right over there, and her network should be truly thriving. She should have so much content. People say that they think she's a great actress, a great singer. She's this wonderful icon to them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like who you like, but y'all should be supporting her so much that she should have her content and everything. Her network should be thriving, and y'all should be over there watching her. Why aren't you?
Yep. And that she should be able to, if my thing is she was booked and busy, she wouldn't have time to be sitting on TikTok with a red phone and doing all of this. I saw exactly what was going on when that happened. And I'm like, that's the wrong way to get your sales, because those are momentarily sales.
Martell's not in a coma.
Yeah. So the thing about it is that we're not trying to tear. I want everybody to understand, we are not trying to tear Melody down. I hope she watches this and understand. My grandfather always told me your name and your word and your character is all you have. That's what I live by. So if somebody say Reed said this, they can write a check by it, because I'm gonna say it again. And all we're saying to you, Melody, is that you have what it takes, but you just need to polish some of that stuff you got going on. You got to shake it off. You have to shake it off. And if the people really love her, you should be able to sit and listen, because we're not saying anything disparaging about her. We're just speaking our opinion. So there should be no reason why you're like, oh, I want to leave, because it shouldn't be that serious that you have to leave. We're just communicating.
I want to play
is
this
that
video.
serious to them.
I want to play this video in case y'all didn't hear this.
His money ain't long enough, okay? Melody, let me tell you what she'll do. Do it. I want him to do it, because Melody's, have your attorney contact Melody's attorney.
Him.
We're gonna run them hours up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
This is now. Listen, y'all. When I go into town, say I would go to Atlanta, I would get me a makeup artist. If the makeup artist that I'm working with, allegedly, my opinion, got into mess like this, you couldn't work for me because see, his obligation to his client is if you do my hair, I want to tell you my problems. That's supposed to stay between me and you. He told her, the makeup artist told him, "Go ahead, your money ain't long enough. We're gonna run your money up." Well, she got the notice. Anthony did exactly what the makeup artist told him to do, and guess what? Herself, by her own admittance last night, yes, I was served, and I wrote "Go to hell" on the envelope, on a postal letter that came to her. Not only did she get the letter in the mail, she got it certified mail. And when it came certified, whoever was giving it to her allowed her to give it to them. There's crimes within crimes. It gave her the certified letter. She went "Go to hell" on it and sent it back. The Postal Service allow her to give it back. Miss Marcella Nubian Network is a membership-based organization that support Afro-Americans, businesses, professionals, and consumers. She doesn't own Nubian.
she
Baby, we
said she
are
did.
Exactly.
then when she put her show up there, hardly none of her fans, subscribers, followers, prayer warriors could see the show because it was hard to get up there. You didn't hear none of them out here reporting on the show. If she made Love and Marriage Huntsville, why she couldn't make her own stuff?
That's what I said.
Why she couldn't do it? And Anthony took it on easy on Jay. And Anthony also has text message between him and Jay, and I guess that'll come out another day. Now we see how it goes. I don't know what you
We
mean.
ain't paying them no attention. That's
Lauren,
all.
we asked where's Lauren, and guess what she says? Lauren is on her page. Anthony, go get Lauren. She knows where the bodies are buried. Anthony don't desire to be facetious with her. He just wants to reap what he lost.
And be made whole.
And
And he
But
deserves
he's
that.
entitled to that. He's entitled to that
entitled
because
to that.
it's
Mel,
he.
you're a multi-millionaire. Just write his check. Y'all go to mediation together before you go to the courts and let him sign a documentation that it was settled before y'all court date. They do not have a court date yet. But Mel, please, you activated again yesterday. You can pull this activation back because right now, what he's accusing you of doing
Is what's
is
happening.
happening to him again.
And they doubled down last night. He got
Yeah,
so much more evidence last night. Then people made videos after videos after videos doing the very thing that he's accusing you of. They activated because you called them out after
and,
But
dismissing them.
and
the
you
sad
you
part
made
about it
them.
is people that
She made them think that he was going to come after them when that is not what the court documents say.
because I've
That
seen a lot of people that he actually got along with that is calling him out on it because of what she's making it seem like. And I'm sitting there early this morning watching it, like, oh my God, no, why are y'all doing this? Like, don't let it go. I mean, if you're gonna talk about it, but don't attack or don't, degrade him or just don't do that because he has every right to do what he's doing. And then that makes it look bad on y'all because it's like this man had what he's been through or what he's gone through, and nobody's perfect on YouTube.
nobody.
Nobody's perfect on YouTube. Even I don't have a channel or nothing, but I done said some stuff too, and I don't take it back especially when it comes to talking about that show because, like you said, the show wasn't black excellent at all, but it was never going to be because it started with a lie.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
The show was built
What
off
court
a
documents come in
lie.
44 bold font? What?
Well, that was the letter, and it could be in bold font it was a letter. That wasn't the court documents that I showed you at first. But what he did is pro se, which means that he got an attorney, and he was advised by an attorney what he should do. The attorney wrote the first letter, and then he was told he had to get all his proof. And that's why he put it in 44 bold font to say Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2, Exhibit A through 0, Exhibit. And what he did was when he sent her that stack of papers, he was showing her the proof he has. Now, the court has the submission of the audio and the video. So the courts already have that, where he has it in color, live and living color, what she said, where she said what she said, and everything she said, which was in the bold 44 bold font on the letter from italicized from the attorney who wrote her the first letter that she received, that she acknowledged last night she received. So if he didn't think she got it, she acknowledged last night that she received it. She acknowledged that she received the second one, certified, and wrote "go to hell" on it. She has given him more evidence to say that she could say, I didn't know about that, where he got evidence out her own mouth.
That's what I said.
He got evidence that she called out the dogs last night on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he got evidence of new YouTubers, new content made about him after. Nobody would have never knew Mel was served. No one. She called out the big dogs last night. And guess what? And content creators went out for the love and respect of her to protect her and made videos, not knowing the complete picture. They got
And let's be clear. And let's be clear, y'all. Let's tell y'all a thing that y'all like to do. Y'all love that speak and delete thing that y'all like to do. Y'all like to come out here and go ham sandwich and say all kind of crazy shit and delete it. Please know that people screen record. There's nothing that you said up here, and there's nothing you said on Patreon, and there's nothing you said in a back chat. There's nothing you said in a DM on IG that somebody that when they get good and ready won't expose you. Because I know y'all in here listening. So be clear, there's nothing that you have ever said that won't find its way to the surface. So delete the videos all you want, but everything that you have ever said, somebody else has access to it. I'm just saying.
And everything that has happened up here, it has brought divisiveness. People are divided up here. People won't say anything. I mean, like I'm gonna tell you, if she called True T, she is in communication with True T. She should say, listen, don't call somebody's child a bastard. You got that control where you can say stay, go, whatever. But then you'll say, oh, well, people gonna do what they want. You purposely mentioned my name knowing good and well that me and Anthony did not speak at the time you did that video. I wasn't friends with any of them.
If you don't condemn the behavior, you condone the behavior. People want to skip past that part. If you knowingly, you hear the things that are being said, and I've seen so many comments where people say, Mel didn't know that. Mel has nothing to do that. Mel didn't know that. It's very funny how Mel can come down from the rafters. She's somewhere up in the heavens. But whenever she gets good and ready, she can find her way to slide down from the rafters and call people to the front and use them for what she needs them for. And then when she's done, she just gets on the elevator and goes right back up to heaven. Like, are we to believe that she don't hear nothing, don't see nothing, and she's so far removed, but the very moment she needs you, she somehow shows up. So we're to believe Mel ain't never heard that woman call that baby a bastard. We're to believe Mel ain't never heard that these people out here calling this girl Lassie, saying the word bitch so aggressively, like you trying to get somebody to fight her, like you about to pull up on people. You're not going to get us to believe that. That woman tried to get that very same woman that was so aggressive, divisive, evil, and vile. She talked about a woman's assault, a woman's physical assault. She talked about the loss of a child. And this is the woman, after YouTube said that she wasn't even worthy of having a channel. YouTube pulled that woman's channel and backup channel. She came back and Mel said, let me try to help her get back up here. You want to get her back up here so she can further disrespect your people? But we're to believe that you don't know nothing about it. You're somehow blind to that. But you showed up when the lawsuit from Anthony popped up, but you popped up then. Get out of here. We're not believing that. Go on
This
somewhere with that
is
BS.
this
She
is
was on
my
vacation.
opinion. This is my opinion. And I'm going to state this is my opinion on my channel. So I don't want to have nothing to backfire on Marcella. This is the thing. You can take somebody, polish them up, and I'm not saying she wasn't polished. She was polished, but she's more polished now with a lot more money. She still has the mentality of where she was before she came. And I know people want to say, well, her and Martell made $1 million before they got there. But once you take taxes and do all those things,
it's $674,000.78.
exactly. And, you know, I did some digging, and I dig when I want to. And I found a lot of loans that was being taken out even before she got married, even after they got married. She still had her maiden name, and she was getting these loans for houses. It's a lot of stuff, you know, and that's what we do as content creators. Sometimes we like go down the rabbit hole. But what I'm stating is we put her on, well, some of them in the beginning I did, you put on somebody on a pedestal that they are not ready for. That's what's going to happen, because a person that's supposed to be so busy, she won't have time for this. She will not have time.
Educator, y'all. She was an educator.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm saying she was an intricate part of the community. But the way people have come after people for her, and if I wanted her to work with me, and then when we don't get along, then she got people that's going to come for me. She should have used that one content creator, and that should have been Queen Sheba. Queen Sheba could communicate with people properly. Queen Sheba never went off on the deep end for Mel. They never did.
So what? Let me correct you. What Marcella did say, Marcella didn't say that she didn't believe she wasn't helping with that. What Marcella said was she didn't believe that Tasha K would help True T get her channel back. That's actually what Marcella said. Let me clear that up for you. Let me get you a little Windex and a little newspaper, and let me clean that window because it's a little dusty. You don't understand what happened. She didn't say that Mel didn't try to help her get her channel back. What she said was going up the pipeline, Tasha K wasn't going to help her because Tasha K wasn't going to help her because Tasha K is friendlier with Martell.
Exactly.
That's what Marcella said.
She doesn't care for Melody.
Because I can tell you, when Tasha K wanted to interview Mel did not want to do it, which is understandable, because Tasha K used Martell and Ariane for content to humiliate Mel, and I wouldn't have went over there either. But if Mel says she is gone, this show is behind me, I'm going to be about my 7th Avenue beauty, this is what we should be hearing. She should have dealt with that lawsuit. And she made money off this lawsuit. Take that money that you made off that 50% sales that you did last night and go ahead and pay that boy off and shut this down. Shut it down. Tell everybody, look, I want, just like she said, I want the negativity to be gone. I want y'all to hear this. She said out her own mouth, I need the negativity to be gone. This is what she said. This is what we got to believe. Are y'all going to believe what she's saying? Are y'all going to believe what we see? Now the YouTube streets are back into chaos. Back into chaos. Y'all listen to this.
No attacks on me because I don't know them. I don't see them. The angels got it. I don't know what they are. I don't. I think a lot of people, one thing I did, or I made the statement, hey, if you don't want to be blocked, hey, do me a favor. Don't come to my DM with nothing about what nobody got to say, because you're going to get blocked just for doing that. Don't bring me no mess. And thankfully, I have people who love me enough, who believe in me enough, who stop doing it. They don't send me nothing. So I don't get stuff in my DM. My YouTube algorithm, this is another thing I tell you guys to change up your algorithm. Your algorithm, they're going to present stuff to you based on what you're watching. So I'll watch a lot of motivational speeches, things that are, along those.
I ain't playing the rest of this nonsense.
Thank you. I was hoping you stopped it.
What is she saying? Is Melanie Therese speaks on changing her YouTube algorithm. You understand what I'm saying? She's telling us to change, but then this happened, and now everybody's back on the warpath. Nobody likes me anyway.
Listen, Marcella, listen, this is the thing. When
They
you
don't
in a
like you, they
place
love you.
when you're in a place in your life that you're trying to elevate and you're trying to have peace, I promise you, even the conversation that I had to take her off because the conversation it gives you a headache. And it's not just Melody. I have people that I know in my life that when they come with the minutia, I'm not interested because I'm in a place of peace. I'm in a place where I don't want to hear anything that is not going to make me a better person. And the bottom line is prosperity, girl. I seen what you said, but I hope Carlos don't let her come back. I hope he don't, because this show needs to go in another trajectory. It needs to go another way. Because it does not. One person can't carry a show. It's an ensemble cast. So everybody, the people who follow her, oh, the show is going to die because of her. The show is going to do this. The show will go on if people really want to watch it. I said when I first came on when I was talking on your panel, first thing, she needed to just pay this man. Pay the man, keep it going. She shouldn't have came on there. But the problem is that this is my opinion again. I'm going to state my opinion. You're trying to get your fix. You're trying to get your fix because it's hard to go from Mel, everybody saying your name every week, to it and quiet down. Just the people, and to quiet down. So, I mean, we could talk about her all day, but the bottom line is it comes to us as a people. We have to decide. We are the people that decide what shows stay on and what shows don't stay on. Like you said, when we talk about it, that gives it relevance. So we have to get to a point where we want to see a little mess, a little drama. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm really loving Hip Hop Atlanta because at least I know what I'm going to get. At least.
I'm on my live. You all right?
I know what I'm going to get. I'm just saying, we can talk to her blue in the face. The people that's going to listen to her and not hold her accountable, it's a lost cause. All we can do is pray for them. For me, I got off that choo-choo train a long time ago. I was never a Melometer. I was a grown woman who had grown women experiences that I was relating to. And once I seen the relatedness was not there, I took a left and kept going down that A train, baby.
All right, I'm going to get off here because we're coming back and talk about Diddy later. The case with Diddy, but and world news, what's going on. I pray for and I'm not going to get up here and do no prayer service, but what I'm going to say is that I'm going to pray for everybody that we come back to slumber, that we take all things into consideration and realize this is not our fight. This is not our fight. This is a defamation case between two people, and the evidence A through O is just evidence of what occurred with him. And like I said, the video evidence of her saying about his job and about do not follow him is very strong. So you can't fight the facts when the facts came right out of not the plaintiff, but the
defendant.
Yeah, the defendant's mouth. So y'all, let's just pipe down. Things were said, and now old stuff like 2023 lawsuits are being drudged up and people are being dragged. Y'all let these people go on that lawsuit. Let them people go. Y'all, Mel, go ahead and pay them out. Let this go. And let's start and continue with 2025, knowing that people are going to be hungry. People are losing their jobs. People are, they can't make it. They lost their homes. That's what we need to be focused on. And then we need to be making God as the person that we got our eye on. And when God tells us to move, some of y'all don't move as fast for God as y'all moving for this girl in the wrong direction.
Amen.
So I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for coming up. We're going to come back up here and talk about the Diddy case because it was some very interesting testimony today, and I just want to share that with y'all and get back to the content. Baby, the day he turned on y'all would be the day to pay for ad-free to because y'all know it's coming. When you bond over hate for a person, it's always a turn. I don't hate anybody.
Nobody hates anybody.
I don't hate anybody. And I'm not worrying about man turning from me. I'm worrying about how I'm gonna answer God at the end. How I'm gonna answer to my Lord at the end. Because y'all taking off work, flying down there, not to be able to walk in the courtroom. You better make sure you're able to fly down there, lose your day of work, where you gonna stay when you get there, and all that kind of stuff. But that's none of my business.
Wait, I'm gonna say something silly and I'm gonna get down. Hopefully she put a cot up. Hopefully she put some cots up for y'all in the basement. Bye y'all.
Bye y'all. Bye y'all.